one moment. Nothing to be concerned about. Hello, everybody. Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, depending on what time it is for you, where you are. Hi, kitty. Let me just close this one, too. Can't have gaping chasm open doors to spooky land back there. That's no good. Let's see. Hi. Hi. You're so cute. Hello, stream. I feel like I haven't seen you in about 72 years. How are you guys doing? Let me get my windows sorted out. I can't even see you. You're hidden behind a water bottle. This one's gonna go this way. This one stays up here. This one goes over here. And then we're gonna need some sound, too. Hello. I would like to thank, let's see here, Steph the Bee with a 56-month resub. Thank you so much, Steph. Big Fire back with a 60-month resub. Good morning, Hazel. Good morning to you. And CB with 61 months. Thank you very, very much. Also, Tiffany back with a 7-month resub. Appreciate it. Is your battery about to catch on fire? I hope not. Usually not the case. Hi, kitty. Where do you want to be today? You want to be in my lap? That sounds good. I would like for that because you're warm. And it's kind of cold. Winter cleaning my following list. Post this message to see if you want to keep me as your follower. I see. That's a new one. I promise I'm not a robot if this is some kind of a streamer capture. Or I guess if I'm a robot, it's a really good one and I don't know about it. Taking Aegis, thank you for the 3-month resub. Thank you. I'm popping in for a bit before disappearing into meetings for the rest of the day. Are we on an interstellar planet where 1 hour is 1 year? 72 years about right. Yeah. Let's see here. We're gonna turn on this one just for a second. We are playing hardcore today, but as is tradition, I have abandoned this, so I need to look at it and see if I've got any gold to pick up or make or something. I don't know. Is it a new week? It's Wednesday. I guess that must have been a new week. I would open my vault if there was any reason to do so whatsoever. I don't think I've done a single vault-worthy activity because I've been having too much fun. I've been having too much fun in hardcore. Although I haven't played any of that since you last saw me either, so we're a little rusty. Flabby thinks we might die. I think we're gonna be fine, but I have hubris. Speaking of scary time stuff, are you aware there's less than 4 weeks? I am now. Thanks for that. It's kind of under anticlimax because what's gonna happen is I'm gonna either make the goal or I'm not. And if I don't make the goal, I'm either gonna just give up and not buy it, or I'll just pay the difference. With money, you could do that. You can pay part with balance and part with your actual whip out the old credit card. So we'll kind of see. Where are we at? I've got 2 auctions that need reposting. Those didn't sell. Sounds like Flabby is planning something. You never know with that one. This one. Yeah, a 5k there. Have you shaken down your alts for gold? Oh, probably. I think that's what I did that when they first came out with War Bank. I think I logged onto each one and I dumped all their worldly possessions, so they're all pretty broke. At least I believe so. What? Here, let's do a little scan. Let's do a little... It's a fresh week. Oh, man. It's a fun puzzle to figure out what is the absolute bare minimum that I should do just for the sake of maybe making a little bit of gold without spending too much. The profits are going to be really more in the next patch, I feel like. It's good to keep your profession skilled up. It's good to get your knowledge points as best you can. I have a lot of catch-up available because I have not been going and doing treasures, and I have not been disenchanting enough stuff to keep up with my DE knowledge. So, whenever I do get back to it, there will be some catch-up, but it will be nice to be, I don't know, at least have some weeklies done. Also, I haven't been doing treatises. It doesn't seem worth it. You're gonna get that knowledge and catch-up anyway, and then you don't have to spend a couple hundred gold on it. There's that one, and then enchanting's over here. Would you recommend Loch Modan or Westfall first? Ask so I can blame you. Loch Modan, but obviously be careful everywhere, but Westfall is particularly dangerous and is not a great idea to go to super early because of the casters, generally. Those can really get you into some dramatic, spectacular trouble. Glad I decided to buy my tokens a week before this all went down. They either ran out or limited me. Watching you while working from home for a few weeks. Excited to join live for the first time. Oh, welcome. I hope you're better at working from home than me. I hope that for most people, like all people in the world. I'm working on it, but I've been working on it for like 10 years, and we're just trying to hold on to hope that people can change at this point. I wanted to buy some Storm Dust. That's the thing. That's the thing. I want to make sure our wrists are well supported here. I don't want, no, that's the word shopping. That's not going to work. Storm Dust. Let's try that. Just Googled Google over here. Also, Copper Storm Dust. This is just for the quest. Everything's going really well. Advancing the person in the job. Have people constantly coming to me with tasks, so that helps keep me on track. A lot better with buying tokens before something like this happens in the future. Yeah, it seems like that's where the majority of the gold sink in my life is going to be, is via the shop. So being stocked up on WoW tokens in balance ahead of that kind of thing is probably a good idea. The problem is that when I have Blizzard balance on my account, I have it leaks. In that I'm like, oh, I have X amount of dollars. Why not just use that to buy like the new Hearthstone Battle Pass, or there's a Transmog, or like whatever it is. To me, in my brain, and this is very intentional on their part, that's why they do these intermediary currencies, it's free because the buying part happened earlier. Now, it's not free, even with gold. I guess that's kind of free, but it's still, you know, you value to somebody. But that's why games love doing those, like, having you buy tokens or coins or diamonds or whatever it is to buy your stuff with, because it kind of removes that pain response in your brain that happens when you pay money for stuff that you know is not worth it. And I'm kind of the same way with Blizzard balance. Like, once it's on there, it's like, oh, you know, it's not real money. It is real money. Alchemy orders fulfilled. Shall we do that, maybe? Why not buy the new Call of Duty? I can think of a reason or two, just for me. Can't speak for anybody else, though. Oh, look at that, 15 less. Alchemy work orders. We gotta do these, because A, knowledge. B, what's B? Oh, the weekly quest. That'll be good. I'm excited for hardcore, because as much as you'd think that hardcore is not going to be complicated, or it is going to be complicated, or it's going to be high stakes. High stakes, but not very complicated. That's usually the thing. I just, you know, point me at something to wand, and I'm having a good time. I'm buying more than I need because, reasons that made sense in my head but never fully materialized into words. How was Hazel's weekend? I think it was good. On Monday, I was like, I'm going Christmas shopping. And I got up early and I went to yoga, and then I came back and I got all like set up. And I was like, there's no way I'm going to make it out like early, but the shops don't even open until 10, and I was back at like 8. So I was like, I'm just going to take a little nap, and then I'll get up and I'll go and I'll be well rested and I'll be fine. So I take my little, I like lay down for a while. I don't even know if I sleep. I lay down for a while, and then I get up and I'm like, okay, I'm going. And I like get my wallet and I put on some clothes and I make it just about as far as the couch. And then I like sit down to check like the bus schedule or something on my phone. And then I just don't get up for the next like 3 hours. And then I'm like, well, I guess I'm not going shopping today. Never mind. So I had to do it yesterday instead. And I did get out and go yesterday because I was so filled with shame about having skipped it the day before. And it was good. I found everything that I was looking for, and I hope that everybody likes their gifts. At least they take the right meaning from them, which is that it's Christmas and I thought about you. Hazel, I started robbing people in RP and WoW. Not a bad way to earn gold. Oh man, you know, if traditional gold making's not working for you, why not turn to a life of crime? Would you describe Thunderbluff as high stakes? Yes. Wish there was more fun raw gold making. Feel like they wanted to take that out of the game. I think that raw gold is a tricky thing to implement into the game because if you, depending on how you do it, they really want to do it in ways that favor active participation that's not easily bottable, because if you make raw gold too good from things that can be performed by bots kind of under the radar, you're gonna cause inflation. Obviously they try to be on top of bots, and I think they do their best, I'm sure. And it's probably not something that everybody does, but there's always going to be people that are doing it, and they'll get banned and they'll make new accounts. That was one of the problems with instance farming for raw gold, is inside of an instance there's nobody else to see you and go, hey, that's suspicious, and report them. So then you're kind of like, yes, there's tools to detect that kind of thing, but I think they're trying to, there must be some, I mean, I'm making this up, I'm assuming things, but there must be some intention about putting raw gold in places like World Quest that are harder to cheat, basically, because otherwise you're gonna have people that aren't really playing, like, mass producing it and getting it out of hand. You'll get inflation no matter what, because actual players will also mass produce raw gold. But at least then they worked for it. Not quite at the same scale as somebody who's botting. Shall we turn in this quest? That's good. Did I finally break her? Took me long enough. How do you feel about looking at your Twitch recap? What on earth would my Twitch recap be? Is it about me, or is it about what I watched on Twitch? My Twitch recap revealed that I spend way too much time in this stream, and I regret absolutely nothing. It is both. Because, yeah. I don't know if the watching one is gonna say much. I will sometimes click through popular streams to see how they have it set up. Or to see things like how people like to do like their camera angles or their lightings or like their alerts or whatever. And then you'll usually throw a stream on for like a drop or something, but I don't actually sit down and watch streams because I'm a big fat hypocrite. What are we doing? We're gonna learn this one. Spent 500 hours here in these streams. You know, it's like highly flattering that you not only did that, but that you saw that metric, had time to digest what that means, and then you came back. That's really nice. Number 2 watch chatted. Oh, heart. Oh. The only metric I'm interested in is the top fan section of the channel recap. Oh, is that what this is about? Oh, ho, ho. There was something in my Twitch dashboard that showed me like my most common, like most active users. I had like a little leaderboard for some reason. I don't know if there were any other metrics that went into that, but I had a little list. It would be basically all the people that you see regularly, but I appreciate having you here. What am I making? I probably have in concentration, eh? Actually, my alchemy concentration is not fully caught up, but we could probably, let's just do 2 of these just to spend it down. Hey, creator, prefer to entertain yourself through other means. I think that's true. In my brain, it always just becomes a not getting high in your own supply thing. I feel like I'm a dealer that doesn't use. I'm like a booze seller that doesn't drink. Although I do think that this stream is probably kinder on your internal organs, hopefully, especially if you stretch once in a while. Enjoying Warcraft? I believe I just might be. What was I doing? I was gonna make a couple of concentrated harmonious horticulture. Man, my goal, it is going up. That's good, right? You know, number go up, we like that, but it is crawling. It is not very fast. Alright, that'll do. Sell those, and then we'll see about enchants. Don't really need to watch other streams. Sometimes I think that it might benefit me to not know what the meta is, because like everybody, I'm human, and I'm very prone to wanting to fit into whatever I feel the majority of people are doing. Not to like a, you know, fanatical extent, but it's normal if you're in a play. It's a very human instinct to kind of look around you and be like, oh, that's how this is done. And I think there's potentially, as long as you're not completely crazy and, or, you know, very very off base about something, there's some benefit to not knowing what everybody else is doing, so that you can kind of do something from scratch instead, or like based on your own instincts, or like not knowing the meta is probably the only way for me to not worry about it, I guess. I know that whenever I do like a lot of market research where I like watch other content to try to figure out what I should do, I usually end up feeling really bad about myself. So it's probably a good idea for me to not look at that, because those things don't, the things that I feel bad about don't really matter, and they don't bother me whenever I haven't been looking through stuff. But the tendency for self-comparison it's not self-improving me at this point. I posted my Harmonious Horticultures. Good job, go me. Wow, well done. I was gonna make like a couple of enchants. Maybe just chest enchants to make it easy, huh? Do I have any knowledge points to spend? We were just kind of finishing these up in case we needed them. I suppose I could do... Well, every time I do a scan, I just don't trust it. 1,800 for that. 1,300. Yeah, I'll make a pair of crystalline radiances. Why not?
Have anything ancient to trade? Needs to be at least 2 centuries old.
I'm crying kind of cute. Is it? I'll check in a second. I don't actually know how she cries. I'm just too happy all the time. Me? Cry? Never! Couldn't be the case. Or at least not my gnome. 150 of these. Look at her in these little earmuffs. Alright. Here we go. Is it cute? I don't know. It's kind of heartbreaking. She can't breathe. Interesting to watch the others do it. Look at it from a comparative standpoint. I think the thing that makes it go spooky for me is because content, online content like this, especially when you're not really like working under a brand, you're just kind of doing it for you, is so tied up in your identity and your personality and what you choose to project that it's impossible to not feel like any shortcomings are personal shortcomings. It's very hard to separate that personal part from the work part when what you are selling is yourself. So when you're comparing your content against somebody else's content, and your content is personality driven, it is almost impossible to not take those as personal slights and not just, oh, this is a thing I could do better. It becomes, this is a thing that is wrong with me very quickly. At least that's what I found. I wanted to make enchanting. And obviously everybody's different, and it's great that people are different. So trying to fit in with any kind of particular meta when it comes to that sort of thing isn't necessarily going to be the move. Obviously, if you're getting like feedback from people around you that the way that you're behaving or your personality is like hurting people, then maybe it's worth having a little look-see, but... oh, I need more Tristline's powder. I'm like 6 short. Well, let's make the first one actually and see if we get a handy resourcefulness proc. Sometimes that happens. Make a little scroll thing. I think it would be different if what I did for work was less tied to me and it was more performance-based and more objective, and I was looking at like other things in the industry and being like, well, this thing is working. And some people are able to take that approach with personality-driven content. I don't know. There's a few different directions you can go with it. We're gonna get 6 of these. We did not get our lucky proc, but the crystalline powder doesn't cost very much. Oh, I didn't shatter anything. Oopsies. We must always shatter something. Well, those are expensive. Here. I like shattering crystalline powder, but I didn't leave myself any. Hang on. Hi, kitty cat. You want to come back up?
Have anything ancient to trade? Needs to be at least 2
Crystalline
centuries
powder. Just give me 100 of them. Oh, we're gonna use them eventually. How are you doing, Miss Muffin? You look very cute this morning. Wear that sepulcher trinket for a season to get back to me how long you still think gnome crying is cute. Oh, I remember that. I think it's cute when they do stuff like that. Annoying things are still memories, you know? Alright, so I got a few things that are selling. It's all worth maybe 13k. Yeah, that's how the math works out, approximately, give or take. That's enough of this. Let's play some hardcore. Let's see if Flappy's around. I guess I can fire up the voting. One moment here. We're gonna launch this. Check out the prediction, just in case anyone wants to... Oh, yeah. See, people have faith now. This is the part where we lull you into a false sense of security with your channel points by being like, yeah, she never dies. Until, you know, could be. Hard to say. Earbugs. We are level 22. We are in Stone Talon Mountains. Oh, he's growing up very nicely. Let's call Flabby. Hello?
Hello.
Oh, hello.
Hey.
How are you?
Good. We playing retail today?
You want to play retail today?
No.
Yeah, me neither. I crafted a couple of things. That'll do. That's good enough for me for now.
Well, nice. How much gold are you at now?
9.
Aw.
Extras you could do, emotes or little events. Listen, I consider events to be directly contrary to my core personality as an event hater. Oh man. Is this the day that Flabby self-sabotages?
Maybe. Who knows?
Is it self-sabotaging if you're taking me down with me? Isn't that just murder?
Who's asking?
Me. Oh, it's coffin cheese. Hey. Would you invite me? Thank you.
Mhm.
I am almost out of my stam food. It's very scary.
Oh, I'm out of stamp food too, actually.
I thought we were never gonna run out. We had so much. Because we were killing the striders for a while, but then we finished killing the striders and it was kind of all over.
So we need clams, coyote meat, striders, or...
Yeah. I'm not gonna stress about it too much. If we run out, then we run out. I don't think we need to like go out of our way to stock up again. But, well, just kind of keeping an eye out for stuff.
What are we even doing on this game? We haven't played this in forever.
I think maybe Boulder Slide Ravine is our lowest. Those are like level, and then after that we can kind of do the Venture Co area. But I think we're heading back south for a hot second. Also, we have a quest to turn in. Unless you like went and turned it in and then you're like, oh my gosh, Hazel, how come you didn't turn it in yet? Oh man, oh, I gotta wait for you, oh no. Still
okay. That was kind of weird.
What are you doing? Zenzilla Blood Feeders. That one's like way down.
Who be whaty? Zenzilla?
Do you have this one? Are you on this one? I can't tell.
Yeah, I am.
Okay. We can turn that in at some point too. That Flabby was
Rough.
uncanny. Thank you. They're gonna have me on SNL any day now. To do my impression of world-renowned, well-known, everybody's wow bestie, Flabby. Where's your snake? Oh. Cool.
How come you're so tired today?
I have not been sleeping well for like a while, and I don't know why. It's really annoying. I've been exercising, and I've not been napping, and I've not been caffeinating, and I've been... I don't know.
Diet?
I'm eating the same as I usually do. I guess I could eat a little better, but I'm not like hitting the late night snacks or anything. But I'm just waking up like 4 or 5 times a night, between like midnight and 4. And I usually get back to sleep, but today I had to get up at 5:30, or I chose to get up at 5:30 to go to yoga. And then I always think, oh man, I'm gonna take it easy at yoga this morning, and I'm gonna just kind of do my 80% or whatever it is. They tell you to work to 80% of your potential because that's sustainable. You're not gonna burn out, but you're also gonna progress. And I always think I'm doing that, and then I get home, and I'm like, legs, they don't want to move. As soon as I sit down and have breakfast, I can feel everything congealing inside of my meat suit. But yeah, I need better sleep, but I don't know how to get it, so I'm just kind of living my life until it sorts itself out. Alright, we got a question from chat.
Yep.
Suppose earbugs and coffin cheese somehow both got chopped up in half, rearranged with mixed up body parts. What would the name of the new abomination be? Is it coffin bugs or ear cheese? Ear cheese got a reaction from my epiglottis. I didn't like that.
Energy.
Oh god. Oh man. I have been taking my vitamins. I've been taking my vitamins. I know I need them, but I've been good about them. And then also, like fruits and vegetables and garbage like that. Bug cheese. Cheese bugs. Cheese bugs just sounds like cheeseburgers, but like all cutesy and emotified. You want to go out for cheese bugs? That kind of thing. Someone says that somewhere.
Ooh.
Water bottle heavy.
How come your character's so slow?
User error. We now say that here. Oh man. How have you been? What have you been up to?
I've been good. Just, like the usual stuff.
Mm-hmm.
How was your weekend?
That was good. I went Christmas shopping.
You get all your shopping done?
Yeah, I think so. I think I got all the shopping done that I'm liable to do. I was bussing around town, but I was waiting for a bus to take me from one place to shop to a different place to shop, and then there was a man that was screaming like obscenities at the bus stop, and then I thought, you know what? I'm just gonna walk down the street for like a while until I hit another bus stop, because there's like a bunch of bus stops along the same route. And there's like a bunch of different buses that could have taken me to where I was going. So I did that, and I like walked away, and I walked for a while, and I found a bus stop that felt better, and I was waiting there, and then I was like, wait, he was waiting for a bus.
Yeah.
Which bus do I think that he got on that I don't want to get on now?
Mm-hmm.
And then I thought about just walking there because it wouldn't have been that far, but it was really cold and windy. So I did get on one, and it was fine.
Oh, good.
But by the time I walked pretty far, so I ended up being on the bus for like 4 minutes. It wasn't a very long trip.
That's funny.
But the city has a thing now where you can pay with your phone, and the phone automatically caps you after 2 fares. So once you've paid twice and you're at like the $5 thing, you can just keep scanning it, and it won't charge you again. You can just ride the bus as long as you want all the live long day. Your wheels on the bus can just go around and around. It's pretty good.
What's the most bus trips you've taken in a day?
Oh gosh, when I was a young adult and I was trying to make it to university, I was renting this basement suite. And when my mom and I went to look at this basement suite, I was like 17, and there's like a bus stop like right at the driveway, and we were like, great, she can just hop the bus to go to school, like the university I was going to go to. And we failed to check the actual schedule or routes or anything. We were just like, bus stop, good, done. Big mistake. It turned out that while, yes, you could bus to school, and I did do that, it was 3 separate buses. You had to bus like to a place, and then from that place into town, and then from town to the school. And sometimes the transfers would be like 20-30 minutes between them.
Ugh.
So on days that I bussed into town and back from town, it would be 6 buses. Or like to school and back to school, it would be 6 buses. So I would try to ride my bike instead, which was about 60 minutes of hard biking, but that was still faster than taking 3 buses. But like once the weather got really bad, it was not great. It's really a mystery as to why I dropped out. I did not plan that very well, but in my defense, 17-year-olds are not always really bright at the planning thing. I thought I was smart, and that was my first mistake. We love a day pass. Back then, you had to get like these paper transfer tickets, which was annoying because you had to talk to the bus driver, and I was scared of talking to anybody. And then they would like rip you off like this really flimsy paper ticket thing, and then you had to show that to the next bus driver, but that meant you had to not lose it, and like I didn't want to get it like too crumpled or anything. So then you were trying to fumble around with them, but also your hands were frozen because it was winter and it was snowing and windy and stuff, and it was just a mess.
I feel like I've asked you this question before. How cold is too cold outside?
I mean, it depends on if I need to be out there or not. Like, it can do whatever it wants if I don't have to go. I put on my parka at about 5 degrees Celsius, and I start staying inside at about -25. But, like, I love me layers, and I love good warm coats and stuff, and I've got, like, electric hand warmers. The only thing I need is, like, really warm boots, but it doesn't get cold for long enough to really justify it. If I ever move somewhere harsher, I will. That truck is using the transfer as a bookmark in your bus book. You have a favorite character? WoW? I don't think I do. I'm a narcissist. My favorite character is mine. Xingxi, my gnome. She's done a lot. This is a lot of dudes. Are we happy about that?
Mhm.
Is this what we wanted for ourselves? Heated insoles. One day I may well get into the socks after all. Speaking of which, I should turn on my toe open. One. Yeah. Park and rides for school. Could park in this huge parking lot near home. Take a free bus. I would have been totally fine if I had driven and had a vehicle, but I did not know how to drive and I didn't have a car. And a car wouldn't have done me any good because I didn't know how to drive. I didn't have a license. Oh well, what are you gonna do? If it might have been a blessing in disguise, because if I had stuck around in school and had an easier time of it, I would have probably just gotten into more student loan debt than I ended up getting into, and I would have had a music degree. I don't know anybody that used that. They're not really for very much. So it was tragic at the time, but maybe worked out for the best. Heated booties. Flabby's decided to exclusively AoE farm from now on, just hasn't told you yet.
You see that thing spawn in front of us?
No, I wasn't looking. I'm really tired. What are you fighting?
I'm looting the crystal.
Oh. I thought you were whacking an invisible mob with your staff.
Yeah.
And then I thought I was a little concerned that there could be mobs that I couldn't see. That was a bit unnerving. Having to feel it. Maybe I didn't place my channel points in the right basket today. What do you mean? I don't know if I can blame the transit system of that city. It's like I chose to live in a place that was a little out of the way. I guess it wasn't that far out of the way. If I had driven, I think it would have been like a 15-minute drive. But, you know, like I chose that place because it was cheap. And I couldn't get a spot in student housing. If I had found a place like in town, it would have been just a 1 bus drive. Because they can't run buses all the time to places that don't have enough traffic to justify them. My punishment
I hope the
for not
crystals
being
respawn.
a bus. Oh, should I get one? Okay.
Yeah, you need 10.
Oh, okay. I'm doing it. But maybe the transit's better. I haven't lived in that city for a long time. I don't think I ever will. I could afford to, I just don't want to. Have you ever played Legion? I did play Legion. I'm not a very lore-focused person, so I found Legion a little annoying because they had a lot of story quests that were not relevant to me, that I felt like I just had to do so I could get to my Mythic Plus and my collecting and my raiding and my alt leveling and stuff. Artifacts were not really my jam. I didn't really care about the history of my weapon. And then the legendary drops were really bad for me. I was very unlucky with getting the legendaries I needed for raiding, so I found Legion really frustrating. It really tainted the first half of the expansion for me. And then in Argus, I feel like we just died a lot. Like, it was dangerous out there. Flabby, what is your favorite character from WoW? Do you have one?
Garrosh, because he did nothing wrong.
Oh, yeah. Back into retail, do some skinning, falling very behind in my crafts. Here's this Illidan, I see. How come these aren't... Oh, that one's a real crystal.
What were you saying?
I don't know.
These are real crystals.
These little ones.
Yeah, they are.
Oh, they are. Cool! Flabby was the arcane bomb at Theramore, I'm sure of it. Strong allegations. I can't. Even if you get up there, I'm not going to be able to follow you. We can handle a multi-pull if it comes to it. Not too bad. Do you think... Oh no, that's a stupid question.
No, what's up?
No, I wasn't. I'm just trying to like fill air, and that wasn't even worth the muscles that you need to get the air out of your lungs. Wasn't good. Half remember this cave being quite dangerous. A little bit of a red spot on the death log.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh no, the rain of fire. Here we go. And a crushed nail since high school.
Oh, we got a green.
Oh. Oh, best of luck. Don't die. See you later. It would be a shame if something happened to your channel, boys.
Oops, I blinked.
You're gonna get some respawn back here soon enough.
We're supposed to go all the way inside and investigate, but
Oh.
there's a lot of mobs.
There are a lot. We're we're 5 levels up. However,
Just don't like that they're casters, you know?
yeah. I also don't know if today is my day for extraordinary displays of gameplay prowess. I'm really impatient. I finished my Christmas shopping and now I just want it to be Christmas so I can give everybody all their presents. And it's not Christmas yet. Why not? We are level 22. What's my present? Wisdom. But not for me. I asked the universe to bring it for you because I was out. You already started? I started end of November.
We got a respawn behind us.
Okay. I have historically been a little bit of a last minute Larry when it comes to Christmas shopping. Or at least when I was younger, I would be. And now I know I'm gonna do better if I give myself a lot more time. So I'm not one of these people that like does it throughout the year. I think that's crazy. Like impressive. Like that's a really next level of foresight when you can get things like throughout the year when you see something that would be good for somebody. But yeah, make a little list of people and then make a little list of ideas and then figure out where you might get them from. And then I got some stuff online and I went to a couple places in person. I wasn't saying much. You're all right. You didn't miss a whole lot. I want Queen Ashara back. She was fun. I must have enough of these. Yeah, we have to investigate the cave, because otherwise what was the point of getting all these resonate crystals?
Exactly.
There's 2 of us. We'll be fine.
And it looks like we just need to get over this lip,
Mhm.
and then maybe we discover the stuff.
Earbug's such an undead knight. I mean, if I was a bug, and I found a corpse, and I was the right size to fit in an ear, I think an ear might be a cozy little home, you know? It's pretty safe in there. It's like a hermit crab. You know, if I was a little hermit crab and I found a corpse in the sea, I might want to go in the ear. I don't know. That must be a thing in some, I don't know, like underwater, I was gonna say horror, but maybe just Halloween themed media property. There's gotta be hermit crabs that wear like human skulls as shells. That has to be a thing. Don't laugh at me like that's not obvious. How many cave investigation quests have killed people in hardcore? Oh, maybe 1 or 2. Caves are death. Caves are misunderstood. Caves are opportunities. Caves, you just need to be aware of the danger. Is it density? Is it respawn rate? Are there casters? And then be aware of your level. Like the thing that gets a lot of people into trouble with caves And also, it'll be hilarious if I get us murdered while I'm talking a big deal about how caves aren't actually that dangerous. But the thing people get themselves into trouble with is they'll be like level 16 and they'll go into a cave filled with level like 15 and 16 stuff by themselves and go, oh no, I died. Like we're 5 levels over here. 4, 5, 6 levels over some of them, and there's 2 of us. Although I think at 6 levels over you could probably go alone, but it's just a question of having it's fine. Don't worry about it.
I'm not worried. I just. Oh, hey. Just step over here.
There you go.
Now we can go out.
Yay. What are you giggling about?
I like how you wanted to pull him back, but he was a caster.
Yeah. How do you know I wanted to pull him back? Maybe I just wanted to wand him to death where he stood. It
Well, did
worked
you?
just fine. It did. And I didn't even send my pet in because I'm smart and wise.
You have great pet management.
Thank you. Gamble and pull the whole cave. Trust. Survived the cave the other day, but did not survive partying without comms near Nomuragon. Yeah, other people cannot be trusted. Even Flabby's still kind of on probation.
For what?
I don't know. Something. Oh. That's Hazel. Best pet manager ever. I did see The Remarkable Life of Ibelin. I thought it was very good. Guide videos are my favorite. Thanks for making them. Thank you for watching them. How are you on my top 5 streams watched? Why are you trying to fight? I'm here. You're here. What's wrong with that? We are a hub of creative and original commentary and ideas. Valid of exploration. Vis-a-vis skull shell hermit crabs. I haven't seen Wicked yet, no. I need to just pick a day and buy my ticket so I have to go. Otherwise, I'm never going to do it, and it's going to leave theaters, and I'm going to be very sad. There was a day that I could have gone, but I would have had to have seen it in IMAX, and I don't really know if I want that. I don't think that I do.
Aren't you like motion sick or something?
Yeah, but you know what I am is I think I'm confusing IMAX with like those IMAXs that have the seats that move.
Oh, the vibrating moving seats
Yeah.
thing? Yeah.
I've come to understand that not all of them do that. So I don't know if just the big screen would be enough to make me ill or not. I think it would depend on what kind of movie it is. Something like Wicked's probably fine. I guess I don't know if there's like flight sim parts of it. Night elves have vampire fangs? If they like... I don't know. Seeing movies in theaters not as good as watching them on the couch. I like a movie theater date. I like just being out. And sometimes it's fun to watch. Although movies are so loud in theaters, that's how I know I'm like not cool anymore, is I'm like thinking about bringing earplugs.
Oh, easy.
But yeah, I like sharing a popcorn.
What are your snacks of choice?
Popcorn.
Yeah.
Candy wise, I feel like fuzzy peaches are good, but I don't really do it because it causes my mouth to break into welts and it's just not worth it. Even the popcorn I gotta take it easy with because the salt will do it. And then I like won't sleep as well if I have too much of it, which is why you get a small one and you share. And also don't pressure yourself to finish it, you know, like it's okay if you throw out the rest of it. But it's hard to like meter how much popcorn you're eating, right? Like if it's in front of you and you're watching a movie, it's so automatic to just keep cramming it in your face.
It really is. It really is.
Definitely see Wicked in theaters. Everyone I know has seen it at least twice now. Partner did a sushi and Wicked date on Thanksgiving since we didn't have lunch plans with family that day. That's nice. Yeah. I thought I was going to be like into theaters for a while. I had the membership for a bit. But it turns out I like once in a while. I don't need it. If I moved someplace that didn't have theaters, I probably wouldn't worry about it. It wouldn't be a big deal. I would just get a big TV. Movies are less loud in full auditoriums. Maybe that's part of my problem, is I like going when it's almost empty. You could get a projector. Yeah, I could. People do that.
Oh man, we need to fly to Ratchet apparently to turn in the deep moss spider eggs.
Oh. Oh yeah, there's something else that turns in too. Ratchet and then Marin Skyseer? Do you have that one? It's like just south of Ratchet.
Yeah, I do.
Is that
We get, like,
dangerous? It looks dangerous.
We get like 500, but then I'm guessing it has us go like kill like a high level name mob or something like that.
Yeah, we don't need to worry about that yet. Think they did well for a movie that's like 30 years old for a sequel. Well, Wicked's not really like a sequel, right? Like I thought it was based off the Broadway musical, which is based off of a book, which is set in the same universe, but like I guess technically prequeling the events of Wizard of Oz, but like very different from Frank L. Baum's envisioning of the whole thing. I would say maybe adjacent more so. Oh, we're talking about Beetlejuice. Oh, that makes a lot more sense.
I mean,
My
everything
bad.
stems from George R.R. Tolkien.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Movie theater is fun if you can hear. If the movie feels like it's a remake of a remastered of a readaptation. It's because people don't want to go see something that they don't have any connection to. If they've never heard of it and they don't have anything to tie it back to that they know about, you either need to have a cast that people know so they can be like, oh, it's the new movie with so-and-so in it. And if you don't have that, and it's not even like, oh, it's a new movie by so-and-so director, if nobody knows anything about it or the people in it, then it's got to be really good. And even then, sometimes they'll just fall under the radar because you can't talk people into seeing it when they don't have any ties to it. Blocking Flabby again.
Do we ever not turn those quests in and just start doing like the Windshear Crag stuff?
Yeah, probably. It's probably saves a lot of time. Because when I don't know. There's a lot. There's a lot going on when you like mouse over the turn in and Ratchet, and then you like hold shift. There's like a lot going on there. I mean, the eggs. It is a lot of experience for the eggs. But you know what? I think next time that we go back to org to get like class training or something,
We can just turn it into.
yeah, I do think that I could benefit from a town trip a little bit, but maybe after Windshear Crag, because you know what? We're gonna get some cloth there, and maybe we can do some tailoring and actually need some tailoring training.
Mm.
That's my theory.
Did you see the level 58 that died in their guild name?
Oh no, Sam Officer of Moose. I shouldn't say it too loud. He might think I need him. Just wander over looking real tired, like, hey, what do you want?
Did he check in on you?
Yeah. I dropped something in the shower this morning and he knows his way into the bathroom and stuck his head in the shower and be like, hey, you good? It's very cute. He was like really tired looking too. Couldn't even open his eyes all the way. He was just like, hey, I heard something.
Oh, funny.
I'm not doing a
What's
good
up?
job.
Oh, it's okay.
I have to come over this way and go up the ramp. Oh. Hazel, you're only my second watch streamer in my Twitch recap. It's time to bump the stream a little bit to 8 hours a day. That would help me win. Is this
Hazel.
far enough to go get help? Yes. What's it?
This quest wants us to go back to that cave and back to the pillar.
What's the pillar?
You might not have seen it. It was like over in like the water after we discovered like we explored the cave or whatever, you know?
Let me take a look. Let me turn this in.
Greetings. We shall meet again. Winds be at your back. May the eternal sun shine upon
This is a dungeon quest, right? Or no, that's an Ashen
Yeah.
thing. Yeah, they say level 20. We can do, let's do the Winter Crag first.
Okay.
Unless, I mean, we were fairly safe in there.
It was just slow.
Yeah, it's not very efficient, is it? Maybe if we, like, run out of stuff to do later.
Hmm.
How come I didn't get... Oh, I did get some wool. Hold
Mhm.
on. Hold the
Yeah.
phone. Oh, I guess I can do it later. It's fine.
Oh no, you wanna do your stuff? I
Um,
have stuff to turn into bolts.
yeah, let's bolt. Let's bolt Bill.
Bolt it.
I don't know how Moose would get help if I wasn't okay. I'd have to teach him how to call 911.
Accidentally orders a pizza instead.
Hello. Pepperoni? Woof.
What?
Also send an ambulance, but where are we on the pepperoni? Okay. I don't know why I needed to do that. It felt important to me personally.
Mhm, mhm.
Spiritual need to bolt up the cloth. Have you looked at this Twitch recap thing?
No, actually.
Maybe on break I'll take a look at it. I can't imagine mine's very interesting. I like my Raider.io recap. Those are good.
Where do you see it?
I haven't looked. People have just been telling me about it. I got my Apple Music recap and it was kind of depressing. I can't use Apple Music to listen to my Focus playlist anymore because otherwise that's all that really shows up on my recap and I can't find the actual like music that I want to listen to or to like remember the year because all it is like, well, you put on this lo-fi song when you were working on something. It's like, thanks.
So I have WoW, Hearthstone, Elden Ring, Palworld, and then Pokemon Fire Red version because I would watch Krendor play
Krendor. Yep.
Super Kaizo.
Yep. That would do it. That's funny. I'll show mine later today. Well, I'll wait for it with bated breath, I'm sure.
Yeah, mine actually are you, Dog,
Hmm.
Max, Krendor, and then Crip. And I only think it's Max because I had his stream on like 24/7 for the race
Mm.
whenever he was up.
Yeah, I would put him on for the race too. He's probably up there on mine, if I had to guess. Like a focus filter that won't keep track of what you listen to? For Apple Music? I'm using like an ancient version of iTunes on my Windows PC, like an absolute artifact. It's all very messy. Wow, Pokemon, Krendor, and Hazel. We do stand Krendor in this house. Oh no, a big bug. Big bug. Big bug.
Help!
Crabs are a little different than spiders. They've got
Are
more
they?
legs. But then spiders have like the big butt. And crabs are all very like middle based, you know? Like crab is more like a little soup bowl. But with like 10 legs. I can't eat him. Maybe it's because my health is full. I watched you for 83 hours and sent 350 messages, making me very self-aware. Well, I appreciate it. It means a lot to me. Do you have a favorite HSBG streamer? I don't watch any streams, but Crip and Jeef. Jeef because I use his website. I don't know, and I watched 2 YouTube videos, and they helped me a lot, actually. Every time I'd watch a Jeef video, my rating would go up like 100 points, and then like stay there, at least until I forgot all of the good things that I learned. And then I like Crip because of the vibe. You know.
He doesn't even talk to his chat.
Yeah.
He like talks to himself.
Yeah, I love that. And it works, you know, like they're still in there having a good time telling him how to play and he's not even reading it. It's awesome. Plus he takes like really beautiful vacations in places that I would like to go. You know, he's got like the garden and I feel like there was a van. I don't know if there were pets or not. Maybe there were. But, you know, as far as I know, Canadian, just living the life, man. With the mustard, that was good, you know.
You got the pretzel mustard?
Got that spicy pretzel mustard. Yeah, I've seen some of those travel videos. I think that was what made me stand. Maybe I'm a fan of her. Maybe that's the difference. That's the content I like. She
Yeah,
was a
they're
fan of
definitely
his who
higher
reached out to him. Gotta be 1 in a billion to work out that way. That was the story of, there's a YouTuber, Jax Films, I think, and his wife a million years ago. I think she was a fan and, like, messaged him, and then it, like, worked out, and then they've been married forever. It's a little different from how I live my life. Oh man, it is so dark today. It's so dark out. I was looking out the window at like 9 in the morning, being like, well, I guess this is as good as it's gonna get. It's just like a really overcast day, I guess. And it's just like, you gotta have lights on inside for it to even be like not bumping into stuff. It's crazy. It's not like I'm in Yukon or anything. It's just dark today.
Those days are just so depressing.
Yeah, it's a bit. And I like. It's fine. I'll turn on some lamps or something. Turn on some Crazy Frog. It's hard to be blue, if you can bump some Crazy Frog, you know. I wonder if that made my Apple Music replay list. Axel F is just in there with the focus tunes. It's fine. The Hazel Sims are case and Queens. Very much joking. Listen, we can't generalize, but we are happy to have anybody that wants to be here. And if that turns out to be some people in a demographic, that's great. Oh, man. Oh, boy. I feel like I'm just gonna crackle and pop into a bunch of veggie straws.
You even like veggie straws?
They're too salty. They're good, but like, I don't buy them. But that's like, I feel like, you know how if you made a person out of veggie straws and then you like got them wet, they would just get soggy and sag inwards. Never mind.
What?
I'm in Ontario. Yesterday it became daytime at like 9 a.m. and it got dark at 3:30. Doesn't feel very holly jolly. I tell myself that if I'm going for like a walk in the evening and I'm like, oh geez, it's like 3:45 and it's already getting dark. I'm like, you know what? It's really good for seeing all the Christmas lights. They look better in the dark. I tell myself that. It's gonna make January awful. January is real boring because people take down their lights. And then it's just dark and there's no holiday to look forward to until, I guess, Valentine's Day is in February. But not as much fun, you know. Valentine's Day is fun, but like not in the Christmas kind of way. Christmas is a whole season.
What do you do for Valentine's Day?
Usually like I was gonna say a date, but I feel like usually more of like a home thing. Like we'll make like a nice meal or order in. in the last couple of years. Sometimes I get chocolates or flowers or both.
Oh, both is
then-
good.
Every year I'm like, one day I'm gonna get you one of those things, and he's like, okay, and then I never do. So it's shocking that he still knows that I love him. But we share the chocolates, and the flowers are available for us both to see. It's not like I put up a screen and it's in a little tent that only I'm allowed to go into to look at.
Do you like hiss at him if he gets within like a meter or something?
My flowers. Hi, kitty cat. But yeah, I would say cozy meal, chocolates, flowers.
Mhm.
The problem is that my life is so nice that it's not that different from everyday life. I guess we don't get chocolates all the time.
I don't think I'm ready to relive your.
Oh no. That's a terrible thing. It was bad. I don't know what level I was in that clip, but it was bad. Let's not do that. I just want to go to sleep so early during winter. Body's convinced it's later than it is. Anniversaries end of January, then Valentine's Day, and then birthday 2 weeks after that. That is a marathon. Holy moly. Better with providing chocolates in the form of baked goods.
Baked goods are good.
I'm gonna make some more cookies at some point. Well, actually, let's not make promises we can't keep. I have some vague thoughts about making more cookies. I haven't committed to it yet. Hi, kitty, you're so sweet. She's got the motor going. Oh, man. If your life is so nice it makes holidays not really stand out, that sounds like a wonderful problem to have. It really is. It really is. Put the butter on the counter and it'll force you to make the cookies. Ah, I see you have not met my habit of put the butter on the counter, leave for 24 hours, put it back in the fridge, then take the butter back out, leave for maybe 30 hours, and then put it back in the fridge. Of course, this is margarine, so it's not dairy-based. But I've done that like upwards of 5 cycles before I'm like, you're not making the cookies. Girl, stop lying to yourself. Promise we wouldn't do that anymore. I went into a specialty wool and knitting shop to select a gift for somebody. And it was like stepping into a place filled with people saying things that I did not understand that sounded very technical and intimidating. I felt like I was just walking around to the International Space Station listening to the engineers talk. I have some background in knitting. I could knit a square if you didn't need it to be super square and you didn't mind like a little hole if I didn't count very well. But like I couldn't even remember any of the things that were said. But it was a whole different vibe. It was like very intense, but also very like sweet, and there's a lot of like British grandma energy. And then people being like, oh, that's so lovely. Did you make it? Oh, yes, I made this, and I made this, and I made this hat that I'm wearing. And then, but not this. It's far too fine. It's like, oh, there's a lot going on in here. It's a good thing this gift isn't for me. Finally read the Kenji Lopez alt chocolate chip cookie dissertation this week. Those are a lot of words. Did it deliver what it promised? Huron crafts are cool again. Lots took up the hobby along with baking during lockdown. I didn't realize how technical some of it was. Like, I knew that there were definitely things that I didn't know how to do. But, yeah. I thought about getting a kit for myself, but then I remembered that A, it wouldn't turn out like the one on the model, and B, I have projects that I haven't finished, so maybe do those first. Maybe finish your cross stitch before you start trying to knit a cowl. I had a lot of info I already knew. Interesting to read his process. Take everything you need for cookies out and then lock the fridge and give me the key. Shout out to the Warhammer hobby. No, of course I haven't finished the Christmas stocking. I did work on it more last night though, so it's not at a standstill. It'll never be done this year. That's not happening. We're currently projected
Sure.
for maybe 2029 at this rate. Wait until you try to read some knitting patterns with various abbreviations. Yeah, it gets spooky real quick. I can do rectangles. This knitting in the round business sounds kind of intriguing to me. But I feel like I have enough hobbies. I don't know if I need to be knitting, you know? I think it's okay. I think my limited capacity of need for knit goods can be met through my family members who knit and or buying stuff from people that craft stuff and sell it at like fairs and whatnot. Knit 3, yarn off, knit 4, Shadowfang keep, etc. Done. Serpent Shrine Caverns with a K.
Oh, nice. We finished this.
Do a whole batch of cookies, candies. Been so busy this year. All sugar cookies with variations of flavors. Oh. Think knitting the round's easier than knitting straight. Do you just like keep going? Probably never gonna brown butter and add an ice cube to it. Rest I mostly already do. Okay. Some people are really into the butter browning thing. Good for them. I'm glad they're happy. It's nice to feel fulfilled in your life. Oh, we killed all the people.
Yeah.
We get any? You get any good cloth? Some cloth.
I got 4 wool.
Yeah, it wasn't that
Nothing
good.
too crazy.
Probably could have pulled more aggressively if I'd been thinking about it.
Or glass.
I'm sure we're gonna have to go back.
The thing that sucked with them once again was there were no like melee mobs or anything like that. One either cast like fireball or the other one like threw knives.
Do you like the guild name of the most recent entry of Deathlog?
Yeah.
Level 30. Can't handle knitting in the round? Stick to loom knitting.
What do you want for Christmas?
2 front teeth. Hippopotamus. Oh, what else we got? All I want for Christmas is moose. It's a good one. I sing that to him like a lot this time of year.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, how you doing?
We have to go to the Barrens.
Keep it real.
Well, we have been talking about making our way back downtown.
Did we just Hearth?
Is our Hearthstone
Go
still?
back to Crossroads?
Yeah.
Unless
let's just
you
head to
reset
Crossroads.
yours.
We can like fly to Ratchet and maybe Orgrimmar.
Yep.
See if we need anything. When I was a kid, I got raisin cookies for Secret Santa, and I bawled in front of everyone because I thought they hated me for not getting chocolate chip. Oh. Yeah, if I was gonna learn how to knit again, I would need to go to like a Walmart and pick up like the cheapest of acrylic yarns so that I could make some really wonky stuff that doesn't feel very nice to wear, so that I could just like, I don't know,
Flying to Ratchet.
dust off the rust in the most reasonable way possible. Oh, Goblin Invaders turns in on the border. I guess we were gonna be running back by there anyway. Good thinking.
What do you need?
Good thinking.
Go for.
Do not buy good yarn to learn with. That was the other thing. I was like poking around for the yarn store for a while the assistant was like finding stuff for me and putting it together. Actually, not the assistant. They might have owned the store. The associate that was helping me. And I discovered that yarn stores are very cute to wander around, and that it's all very expensive. Acrylic's really not that bad anymore. Yarn stores are dangerous. The last thing I think I knit for myself was I wanted to knit a tea cozy. So I got like some yarn and I knit one from like a pattern, but I did a bad job and I made the gaps for like the handle and the spout way too tall. So it looked like a basketball tank with like the really big armpits. But for a teapot, it was kind of... It was a little...
Time is money, friend.
A little
Have
silly
a good
looking.
One. Be good. Have a good one.
Yarn stores and bookstores. Me going into my local card shop store with a $200 budget and walking in with $300 of Pokemon cards.
They never answered. What do you actually want for Christmas?
Time is money,
Oh,
friend. Hurry back. Keep it real.
I thought I said a moose and a hippopotamus. Or do you want like an actual answer?
Keep it real.
No, I can just guess.
um,
I'm gonna get you a one-piece 10-foot fishing rod. I know you'll have nowhere to put it, and you can't break it down.
You just tune into my stream and you see it like slanting across the background of my stream because I had to wedge it into one corner of the room and then the tip on the other corner of the room diagonally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's
I
up?
like clothes. I like sweaters and shirts and socks. Workwear. Go workwear. I gotta buy some tomes for my boy. What do I like? All the normal stuff, you know. I feel like I'm pretty easy. I wonder if I'm gonna get like yoga themed gifts for my family this year because I feel like I'm at a point where actually, for the most part, I mean, you can always use more clothes to have in rotation, especially because eventually it's implied that maybe you'll wear something else. I don't know, but like, I kind of have everything I need.
Mm-hmm.
It's not really a whole lot of, it's not like a big equipment heavy thing. Like I've got blocks and a strap. Actually, I have 2 straps. I forgot that my blocks came with a strap, and then I bought another one, and now I have 2. I've got my mat. I've got some clothes. Get it out of your apartment by dropping it from your balcony. I just hang it like a plumb line off the balcony. Strap some suet cakes to it, call it a bird feeder. I don't know if I need any fishing stuff either. I feel like I have everything I need to like catch a couple fish.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you were like, go to the lake with the stuff you have, I'd be like, okay, maybe I'll catch
Yep.
something. Who knows? Who's to say? I bet I'm gonna have another fly fishing phase one day. That sounds true.
Yeah.
Like, I learned a little bit. I learned just enough to kind of get started. But I didn't do it for very long because I just had more opportunities to just go spinning fishing instead.
Mhm.
But it's waiting for me, you know? And there are places that you can only legally fly fish and you can't use spinners at all, so...
Don't you have rods from like the Bean?
Oh, yeah. I got an LL Bean fly rod. That was one of my gifts. A couple of years ago, I think. Anyone else been getting pajamas from their parents for the past 30 years? No, just me. Oh, I love my Christmas pajamas. I don't get them anymore, and it makes me a little sad, actually. But I have enough pajamas, so I know I don't need any more right now. But yeah, that used to be like the thing. It's like when I was a kid or even a teenager, my sister and I would each get a pair of pajamas. And then you would wear them like on Christmas. Like you'd get them and you would change into them and you would wear them for a while. And there was the most exciting thing as a kid was wearing my Christmas pajamas, playing like a new video game that I got. Like that was so fun. Never have too much fishing gear. My apartment disagrees with you.
Are you like full?
I just don't like. At a certain point, you have so much stuff that when you go to find one given thing, you know, if I just want like my freshwater reel, I don't want to have to like dig through 5 other reels and be like, ah, no, that one is the saltwater one for marlin, and this one is the freshwater one for minnows, and this one will only do to catch a blue striped purple spotted people eater at a rate of 400 depth with 20 to 30 pound line. You know, like I'm just not that complicated. I just kind of want to be like, this is my reel. As long as it still spins, we're in good shape. But I think maybe if I was fishing more, I don't know. Actually, sometimes it's nice just to have like a simple, basic, good tool for your job. Use that, take good care of it, call it a day. You know. It's like I like streaming.
Possible?
I have a good microphone. I just have the one. I have maybe one backup in case this thing goes kaput. But like, I'm not collecting them. I just, you know, you get a good one, you use it.
Mm.
What do you want for Christmas?
Socks are always nice.
Yeah.
What else?
What kind of socks do you like to wear? Is that not? Is that too personal for Twitch?
Oh my gosh.
You can tell everybody about Flabby's feet.
Oh man. I don't know. I like the anklet athletic socks. Those are just like really comfy just to wear around.
Yeah. Save that for his only flabbies. I like only flabbies.
Only flabbies.
For a brief second, I thought Flabby said rocks. You want some crystals?
Give me some rocks.
Listen, you tell me what's wrong, and I'll Google the crystal, and then I'll get it for you, and then I'll better. You know, no more problem. Get the man a sock subscription. Socks, I feel like, is one of those things that you can get every year, and it's good to get every year because you can just kind of keep them
Go forth to victory.
up to date. You know, not too worn in. I'm not really a sock darner. I'm a sock replacer. There must be people that still darn their socks, but it seems a bit old-fashioned. It's the kind of thing you read about in, like, fantasy novels. Okay, I'm going to use the rest of my linen to make... yeah, a couple of these. Why not? 2 fine thread. Do it.
Draw.
Same with rods and reels. Couple, but flies, lures, hooks, and weights I can get into trouble. Well, those things you always need more of, because sooner or later they're going to be lost to the drink. No lure lives forever, and some of them don't live very long at all.
This lure was handed down from me for 6 generations, and it's stuck in a tree now.
Yeah, pretty much. So you make the yellow ones, huh?
I do, but I kind of just ate my own words, and I needed 1 level, and it took me 3 yellow crafts to get the 1 level. So take that as you will.
Okay. Any idea about the loot table of the emissary chest this week? No, not a clue. Sorry.
Strength. What are you looking
You've got a
for?
birthday coming up soon, right?
I do.
What is your ideal birthday party now that you are into your adult years?
So we make level 1s on Moonguard.
Oh god. Scared.
No, I don't know. Just like a chill evening, maybe with some like family friends, you know.
What's the menu? What's the food?
Blades never dull.
Definitely nacho cheese Doritos and green Mountain Dew, you know.
Uh-huh.
Hello, are you there? Hello.
Oh yeah. Ooh, we're gonna get our first pair of shoulders.
Yeah.
I mean, I know they're just white, they're just armor, but like, they look so cute. They're so tiny. I don't know why I'm zooming in here.
I feel like we have a quest to get like good shoulders.
Oh.
Blood and thunder.
News to me. I don't know. I'm gonna remember to go get demon toes.
For the horde.
Good choices, Gamer Fuel. Cover your bony shoulders. Yeah, I don't know if he's ready to be doing yoga. That looks like a bit of a liability. Shoulder stand might kind of hurt. I did a balance and shoulder stand for the first time today. Normally I have to use my hands to prop up my back even when I'm doing hang on, what's it called? I can't read it from here. The lotus, but like the half down, not Pindasana, but the one before that. And then you put like your hands on your knees, but you're like balancing on your shoulders and your neck. And I normally don't put my hands on my knees because it's too much, but I managed to do it today. I don't know if it was any good, but I didn't fall over. That was nice. What level is the esteemed earbuds now? Level 23. Level 23? I gotta spend a talent point. What happened?
Did you buy the books?
I'm working on it. Calm down.
Did you buy the books though?
No, I'm getting
Did
there.
you buy it yet?
I'm not there yet.
Can you buy the books, please?
You want to pay for them? Actually, you can't.
Never mind,
We're
take your time.
self-down. Oh, I got another rank of health stone. Yeah, that'll be good.
Strength.
Are you gonna get unending breath?
No, because we're undead. I don't think it's
What
gonna
if we need to-
come up.
What if we need to be under there for longer, you know?
Fine. Fine. I guess it's the only buff that I can give people. It's 12 silver.
Go forth to victory.
Alright.
Oh, you don't learn Curse of Wreck?
I have not done so yet. I did so last time and I didn't use it a lot.
For you.
Did you ever do the combo? I guess not.
Listen.
Yeah.
I just like saying listen. I don't have words for you. Because it prevents fear. It prevents fear, so I forget, but I used to know it.
You either like
believe
fear
me.
and then immediately apply it, or vice versa. One of the two. Even I forget, honestly. I was
But
just
then
talking
what's
out of my
the- then
tush.
it's not feared anymore.
But it is feared. It just like stays in place or something like that.
Oh.
It's weird.
It's too complicated. I'm whiny today, holy moly. Where are these books? There's a demon trainer around here somewhere. There's one.
What can I
There's one.
help
Hello, excuse me. Show me your selection grimoires. I'm not worried about my imp. We're not using that one, but we need the Voidwalker Torment rank 2. And Consume Shadows rank 1. That's pretty important. And then we don't need to worry about Soothing Kiss because I don't even have a succubus, so.
Nope.
Progress is progress. I did fall over, or I fell on my butt in Bujipidasana, but I tried again. And, you know, of all the things to fall on, that's not a bad option. It's not like I fell on my head. I did make kind of an embarrassingly loud thud sound, but I don't think anyone was worried about it. I hate doing things that I can just barely do because there's always this anxiety of like not being able to do it or like falling out of it or whatever, and I know it's going to take like most of my energy and I'm going to be so tired later. But I feel like doing things that you can only barely do is the place where you get the most growth the fastest. Like that's where you're actually improving at stuff. It's just hard. Did I do everything? Warlock training, demon training, tailoring training.
Tailoring.
I'm sure my skinning's fine, probably. I've got expert skinning, that's gotta be good enough. I haven't even really been skinning stuff.
And you are flying to the crossroads.
Cross.
Because we're gonna run back in.
Right, yes. I can do that.
I think that's the best way. Yeah, we just run back in.
Okay. Did you know I've been going to yoga for 5 months now?
Really?
Yeah, because I
That's quite
started
impressive.
mid-July, and we're getting to mid-December now.
That is really good.
I'm kind of proud of myself that I haven't quit yet. I didn't even think I was going to do more than just the first month. I kind of thought I was going to do that beginner course and then do something else. Crossroads. Are we going to take, are we going to set our Hearthstones to something in Stone Talon when we get there? Or is
Yeah,
this a
'cause I-
better place?
I think Stone Talon's fine because we're gonna do a lot of quests there and stuff, and I think for the most part we should be done coming back to Crossroads or Ratchet to turn stuff in.
Mm.
Because the quests that we had to turn here for the most part were just quests that we like picked up here earlier.
Yeah. And just to be clear, we're not turning in the Maren Skyseer quest. I didn't go do that.
No,
Okay.
I didn't do that either.
Just so you're not like, oh my god, I can't believe you didn't pick that up. We were right there. Hazel, how could you? Oh, I didn't use my Grimoire tome. My torment. I have my tomes. I bought them. I just haven't used them yet. Oh yeah, because I have to summon him. That's right. Are you still enjoying it? Yeah. I'm kind of it's like I do enjoy it, but what's worse is if I don't do it, I feel bad. It's like I get a little bit of a hangover if I don't do it. I notice myself like crabbing up and sleeping worse and not breathing as well and all of these things. And I'm like, oh, I gotta go do some yoga because I gotta fix this. Like my new baseline requires a yoga practice. And if I get away from it, it feels actively bad. It's like the inverse of enjoying it. It works the same way. It's just on the other side of the pendulum. Hello, Saga. How are you doing? You know what we could do at some point too, maybe when we get all the way back, is I can pull up my Twitch recap. We can maybe take like a mid-stream break too. But I'm gonna run to Stone Talon first, I think. I am curious about the Twitch recap thing.
I mean, do you want to just take the break now and log off, like, in an inn or something?
Log off?
We're not going back to the main city.
Yeah, that's true.
Or we're not going back to Arrested Hub.
I'm probably just gonna... Yeah. I'll set myself in the inn, but I'll probably just leave myself logged in. I'm not, like, timing out any buffs or anything. Looked at my Twitch recap and I watched you for over 600 hours. Hazel's my #1 streamer. Wow. #1. Yeah. Okay, so we'll put this in here. Let me pull this recap up. Let me see what it says. If I can even find it. I'm a little bit ancient when it comes to trying to navigate websites. So it says there is a notification, but I have a lot of notifications. I think I claimed that. Okay, good. What else? PogChamp. Your 2024 Twitch viewer recap is live. Let's go. Alright. Let's see. There we go. You're even on my boyfriend's recap because I watch you from the TV where he's logged in sometimes. Belated 40th birthday present, new iPad. Oh, nice. All right. Choose your recap. Viewer, streamer. What is community? Here, we'll check out the viewer one first. I don't think I watched a lot, but maybe yeah, I had 14 hours of Twitch watched. 66 days visited. What does this mean? What's happening? I'm feeling a little out of touch over here. Top categories: WoW, Hearthstone, fitness and health. Oh yeah, that was when I went to go try to find yoga streams, and I found out they were not what I thought they were gonna be. Chatting, Diablo. I don't remember watching Diablo 4. I guess it's #5. Streamers. Oh yeah, Jack. That's right. Put him on for a drop sometime. Yep. Oh, I have an hour see-do. 727 chat sent. That must be in my own chat. That must be me hitting my my lurk emote before stream starts. Yeah, there it is. Hazel Lark 228 times. Community is about us. Hazel Wave. Yeah, good. Gifted 2 subs. That was probably for the Twitch pet. You were the WoW Watcher of the Year. The WoW Watcher of the Year? That doesn't sound right. All right. So that was just the viewer recap. That's not the fun one. Let's look at the streamer recap. All right. I streamed 744 hours this year. I have nothing to compare that to. I don't know if that's a good or a bad number. I guess it's neither. It's just a number. We did 248 streams. How many days were there in a year? 360? That seems reasonable, right? On 244 separate days. So there were at least 4 days where we streamed twice in a row or we disconnected for long enough for it to count. And there is 364,000 hours watched. I'm really curious about something. I'm gonna check something out. I want to compare that to my hours watched on YouTube. I know that YouTube's obviously not live, so it's gonna be a little bit different. I'm just kind of curious where there's more time spent watching me, especially because I didn't make that much content on YouTube this year. But I want to take a little look. Watch over 80% of your total hours. That's pretty cool. Dashboard, YouTube. What do you mean I don't have permission? I am me. Nobody else is me. Hello? Google, please. Thank you. Analytics. For 2024. Oh yeah, I had more watch hours on Twitch. I had about 201,000 watch hours on YouTube and 364k on Twitch. I need to make some more YouTube content. All right. Top categories. WoW, of course. Hearthstone. And then we must have streamed Palworld at some point. I don't remember streaming Palworld, but I must have done. Top stream reached 2.5k viewers. Very exciting. $224k chat sent. Emotes of the year. You guys like Hazel Wave a lot? Hazel Lurk and Love are up there. I really thought Shiny was gonna do better. I like that one. I guess it's still in the top 5. Well, our biggest fans of the year. They put Day right in the middle. She's not here anymore, but there's Ujai. Like to see you do a Palworld stream. Watching you and Flabby might give me tips. Collaborations of the year. Oh geez, that's awkward. We're just gonna keep scrolling. Oh man, 20 different clips made. Big clipping culture over here. We had 3,400 new subscribers. Points spent. What is this goat? I don't know what these things mean. Let's look at the community one. It's me. I'm the goat. Stubborn? Thick skull? Ridiculously big numbers of the year. So this is just general community, general Twitch. Yeah. 9.5 million new streamers. Man, I should probably like work a little harder. That's a lot of new people coming for my back. Yeah, this is just general Twitch. Yeah, it's whatever. All right. That's one thing. Let me take a little break. I will be back shortly. There you go. Oh, here's the goat cat. Kitty's such a good streamer. I think so. Oh man, I need to put the hoodie back on. We're freezing. Oh, I've been really... I don't think Flabby's back yet. I've been really, working on trying to, like, keep my skin alive with, like... Winter's hitting my skin really hard in terms of just, like, dryness. It's, like, the indoor heat and then the outdoor wind and the cold and, like, the temperature fluctuations and everything has been, like, really hard. So I've got, like... the moisturizer to put on after the shower. I've been hitting my lips with like coconut oil and then like a thick layer of Vaseline, which I made the mistake of going on the internet and reading about it, and it turns out they call that slugging, which is disgusting. But like having a moisturizing layer and then like an occlusive layer on top of it, people do it with skincare. Oh man. But it is helping. It is helping. My mouth is feeling a little bit better. So chapped. Winter scales can relate. Miss Kira, how is she doing? How you doing? You doing okay? You're a little grunty. You're still throwing up sometimes.
Yo.
You seem okay. Hi, how you doing, Flabby?
Doing good. Doing good.
Doing good.
How was your recap?
Oh, it was fine. It's alright. Hang on, I gotta make my health stone. What did I learn about myself? I learned that I need to make more YouTube videos because I have more watch hours on Twitch than YouTube, and I thought that wasn't going to be the case because like Twitch watch hours are live, and it's only 3 hours a day that's open. But I guess that's what happens when you don't make any YouTube videos for like half a year. Wish I could take a bath in lotion. Somebody must have done that somewhere. I just got like a big bottle of the regular generic drugstore stuff that was on sale, just so I could put it on after the shower. And that's been actually helping. I feel like it makes me smell kind of cheap, but that's fine. I don't smell dirty. I just vaguely smell like oats. Oh, man. Twitch hours are the same hours every day, so it makes it easy to hop in and watch. If you're somebody that has time available during the specific time slot. Not everybody does. Yeah. YouTube, you can do it anytime, regardless of when you work.
I have a question for you.
What's up?
What is your next fourth YouTube video?
My next fourth?
Mm-hmm. Not your next one,
Oh.
but a couple videos down the line.
Wow, that's a lot of forward thinking you're expecting from a woman who hasn't made a YouTube video in like 5 months. Ansurek is next. I'm actually working on it.
Ooh.
Believe it or not. That will happen eventually. Even if it's late, it will still come out. And then it depends on when that's finished, because I'm not sure exactly how long that's going to take, because it's still a big video.
Yeah, it's a huge
It's a
fight.
big fight with a lot going on in it. I've kind of abbreviated a little bit. I've taken some stuff that doesn't really matter and decided to just not mention it, because if it doesn't change what you're doing, or it's something that you're going to figure out on the fly without me needing to tell you, it's just like a, here's some raid damage or whatever, then I've really kind of tried to tighten it up a little bit. Anyway, after that, it depends on what's going on. Like, do I finish that before the patch? Do I finish that after the patch? I need to sit down once I've got that out and figure out what's going on. But I want to try... I want to just make some stuff, you know? I want to not think so hard about it and be so serious and, like, be like, oh, man, I've been away for this long. The next one's got to be really good. Just kind of get back in the habit of making something. Be kind of fun, but, you know, I don't make promises anymore, because then I just end up making promises I don't keep, and that's a bummer. I'd rather make no promises, and then maybe one day something comes out and it's like, wow. I don't know if Twitch recap tracks VOD hours watched.
Can I ask you a self-centered question?
Oh, of course.
How many times do I have to die in raid testing to get a montage like Claff did in the Motherlode Dungeon Guide?
Oh my god. I was in a special kind of mood when I was editing that one. We should watch that again sometime. I haven't seen it in a million years.
It's so good.
Oh, poor guy. I wonder if I went too far.
No, it was a great ending.
Yeah, I don't really keep track of that kind of thing anymore, but I should pull it out. Highlight reels actually take a shocking amount of time because of how much footage you have to go through to identify things that might be considered highlights. I had a period of time where I was doing it and I was using like a tool that tried to detect where they were, so you didn't have to like rewatch a 3-hour stream to find the spots, because we don't really have a lot of like clips or stream markers or anything that would indicate where the highlights might be in a stream. And also, like, in the stream, it's not like there's a lot of big highlights. That would be more like smaller things that are harder to detect. And that's the problem, is that it would only really detect sound waves. It would just tell me whenever I had gotten loud, which isn't necessarily a good highlight for my stream in particular. So it ended up taking a really long time to make something that didn't really appeal to very many people. Because, you know, it's not really the point.
I'm just imagining you, like, with that information now. Just like whenever something fun happens, you just like yell into the mic, you know, just so you can go back later and see, oh, I peeked there. This is probably like where the good thing is.
Yeah, we have a fun moment, and then I just let it pass. And I'm like, okay, cool. Bye!
Yeah.
You know, Twitch does have a feature where I can press a button on my stream deck and put a stream marker in if I didn't want to yell, but that might not be as much fun. I make like a little siren sound. Woo, woo, woo! I do laugh really loud. That's true. I cackle like a hyena. Give chat a special emote. I mean, I hate to say it, but you guys could clip things. You don't have to. But if you feel that something was like a moment, you're like, oh hey, this would be a cute video, by all means save a clip of it. I do get those.
Go
And those are a great place for me to start if I'm looking for a highlight. There's a button. I think I may have even opened them up to anybody. I don't even know if you have to be a sub anymore. I used to have it limited to sub only because I had some questionable clips being made, but not anymore. Like I said, in all of last year we had like 22 clips made or something. I don't get a notification, but when I go back to edit the VOD, I will see the clip there, and I can also just look through my clip history. Don't know how to clip things. There's got to be a button on the stream player, right? Just like somewhere on the bottom.
Yeah, it says clip.
Hmm.
Like, I'm pretty sure you can just like hover over like the stream actual picture, and on the bottom right, there's like a little, what are those things called? Little clip things that they have for like movie sets, you know? They're like action,
Clapper.
clapper.
It might have a more technical word, but I'm calling it a clapper. Yeah. We mentioned markers earlier.
You can only have one flavor of ice cream for the rest of your life. What is it?
Mint chocolate chip.
Pretty solid. I agree.
Be a little sad, because I also like the caramel fudgy ones with nuts, and then green
Yeah.
tea ice cream is pretty good.
Aren't you a big fan of like the candy bars and like ice cream and stuff like that?
I think I like the fantasy more than the reality. The reality is that the ice cream
Mm.
makes the chocolate so cold that it doesn't actually express its flavor fully. But the fantasy is, ooh, yummy candy. You know? What's happening? Are you role-playing with people?
No, I just had to, you know, assert dominance.
I see. You wanna know something funny? After last week's stream where I was talking about how I hang out my laundry like around my apartment if I have something that needs to air dry. There was a mild amount of side-eyeing at that. I actually pulled out my drying rack the next time I did laundry because I was thinking about it and I was like, well, fine, this time. I suppose I have enough things to justify pulling out the darn drying rack instead of just draping leggings over 7 different doors. Don't say I never changed nothing. Although, to be fair, the drying rack is still up. I took the laundry off it, but I haven't put it away yet because it's kind of annoying to move around. Cats are so warm. Hi. Hi, you stay so warm. You're good at that. It's gotta be the motor. Do you want to try? It says 20 plus now. I don't know. A little spooky. We're level 23. It's kind of exciting. Kira's still not
Trying to go in
seeing.
there?
One more level. Nah, she been blind. She's never gonna see again. That's okay. Sometimes them's the breaks. Hope you and Katie are doing well. Got bad news about my dog. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Yeah. Kitty went blind a couple of years ago. She's very well adapted. You wouldn't really notice. My mom and sister were cat sitting for her a year or two ago. And they tell stories sometimes about how they were just sitting on the kitchen floor feeding her different treats. And she was walking around having a great time, and she walked into the treat bag, and that was the moment that both my sister and mother realized or remembered that she was blind, and she just walked right into it on the floor. Because up until that point, it's just really easy to forget. It gets around real good. My mom came for a visit, and my dog is in love with my mother. He was like just sleeping with his paws on her feet. He was trying to like chew his bone like right on top of her legs. He was just like sitting in front of her like with his chin up looking up at her like, hey, how's it going? He was sleepy, but it was very cute. I don't blame him. My mom's good vibes. Cats like that with my mom. Velcro doggo. But I'm glad because I want everybody to love him as much as I do. So it's nice when he sucks up to people. Oh, whoa. I'll be with you shortly. Have Upset a spider. Spitting at me. I'm kind of surprised we're leveling pretty fast, I feel like.
Yeah. Yeah, for as much as we're playing, I'd say we're pretty efficient.
Mm-hmm. Do you think it's because we've done this before a few times?
It probably helps. I mean, actually, I'm very unfamiliar with the Horde
Yeah.
quest lines and stuff like that. I've done the Alliance ones like too many times.
Yeah. I kind of feel that. Is it too many though? What if it's fun? Do you miss the snows of Dunmorrow? Trogs.
Kind of.
Caves of Trogs. Yeti caves. Piles and hordes of leopard gnomes.
The Leopard Gnomes.
The leopard gnomes.
You and I should have a warrior duo speedrun.
Yeah, I think that as well. Because this stream is fun, but it doesn't have enough death in it. And if we have me playing a warrior and rushing, there will be death.
Yes.
Before level 10, most likely.
Pretty sure you got taken out by like a snow leopard one time.
Yeah.
Like a single snow leopard, and it wasn't even like, oh no, I double pulled or triple pulled. I think it just killed
It
you.
just won, yeah. I pulled it on purpose. And I was fighting it, and then it won.
I remember because it was like off stream, we were like just like hanging out on Discord, you know, like sharing screens and stuff like that. Because I think I was still playing my rogue.
Yeah. That's how my gnome mage died the first time I was ever playing. They do a lot of damage. And they, early on in leveling, like you can't, like right now we're kind of over leveled for these mobs, but when you're just baby and you just started, you can't do that because you're not over leveled for any mobs, you just started. Saw a video of a guy zone locking himself till he completes the zone. Ooh, that's kind of fun. I like that idea. Spawn either right in front of me or behind me. The wolves that are like between the frozen lake and the town, those respawn and they're kind of dense and they're really dangerous. I feel like those got me once too. I ended up with like 2 of them when I wanted 1 or 3 when I wanted 2 or something like that. I must have wanted 1. I was a warrior. I don't think I was trying to double pull.
How many warriors did you go through in that one night? Was it 3? 2?
It was either 3 or 4. It was quite a few. It was real. I was having a great time though.
You were.
I was just bopping along. A little cloth. Not too bad. I haven't made any things for myself to wear lately.
Same. I've noticed that it's because until you get silk, all this stuff kind of stops until you get like 125, 130-ish, I think. There's like a pretty big gap of just like you're supposed to farm wool and gain levels.
What is it that what is your tailoring skill up to?
115 right now.
Oh, pretty good.
What about you?
113.
Oh.
Almost the same. Not quite. You know what deep dive I went on to? Fencing.
Really?
Not like combat fencing. Like
Oh,
border
I mean,
of a yard kind of fencing.
that could be combat fencing too.
Yeah, if you put like spikes on it like a barricade. Maybe against bylaws.
Do they call it a barricade because you keep bears out?
Yes, that's exactly why it's called that. Yeah, I was like reading, I was like looking up different properties and looking at where they fell in terms of zone, like electoral zones, and then what the bylaws were for those specific zones. I'm gonna send my guy in. And then looking at different fencing options because of deer and elk, but also like wanting to my dog to have like a fenced yard that he can hopefully not leap out from. And it was actually a lot more in-depth than I thought it was gonna be. There's a real push from a lot of people selling fencing to get you to go for acrylic fencing but in the style of like a wood fence. So still installed in the same way, but I guess it's made of like a really durable plastic because it doesn't rot the same way that wood does. And you just like spray it with your hose to clean it. But maybe there's a kickback for them or something. I don't know. Because most of the fences that I actually see people having are wood fences, but those are the most expensive kind. I don't know. It's a whole big fence rabbit hole. And then on the super cheap end, you've got like this this plastic like netting stuff, and then these plastic stakes you can drive into the ground. And I don't think it would stand up to even a mild storm or a determined bunny, but you could actually afford to do it if you were just trying to set up something really quick and dirty for your garden. But I think at that point you want to just like tack the plastic fencing stuff like over your garden bed in a way that you can still get into it, just to keep out the buns. But one day I would love to have a fenced yard for my moo-moo, my moosey puppy, my puppy bear, my honey pumpkin of oats. Vinyl fencing, good in terms of quality and durability. Environmental, I can't comment. Never have to paint it. It's not your dog going over the fence, it's digging under it as well. He's never had an opportunity to dig because he hasn't, like, I've only ever let him loose in like dog parks and stuff. And he did, well, I guess he did kind of dig in a dog park a little bit once, and then I went, cut it out, and he cut it out. It was my one and only win as a dog parent. But yeah, I don't know if he would like want to escape or not. I probably wouldn't let him into the yard unless I was there. Just because of animals. Like you hear stories about people letting their dog out in the yard, and then there's like either like a deer or an elk or something back there, or like there's a cougar or something. Or like, you know, your dog just gets into trouble because there's something going on and it wasn't supervised, and like, you know, you gotta kind of scope it out a little bit. Skunk can get sprayed. No skunks on my island, at least. There's that. Although there are like weasels and badgers and stuff. There's marten. I don't know if they would pick a fight with the dog. But a lot of things that you wouldn't think would pick a fight with a dog might pick a fight with my dog, because my dog likes to interact with stuff, so he has a bad habit of like engaging with things that would have been fine if you had just walked by and kept your eyes forward. He has no ability to mind his own business. How are land prices? Can you get anything undeveloped for under 100k? That's hilarious. There was a parcel of land that was undeveloped that I was looking at. Obviously, I'm not going to develop anything, but they wanted about 600k for it. I think there's some for like 300, depending on if you need it to be flat and or out of a floodplain. If you don't really mind where it is and what it's vulnerable to, then by all means. But no, it's not a great place to do that from scratch, especially for your first place when you're me. I need something that's already got some walls and a roof. Preferably no leaking. I don't want to have to do the bucket thing.
What's the oldest house you would ever look at? Like what year?
I mean, if it's been updated, and I'm satisfied that they've updated the things like the wiring and maybe the plumbing, then, you know, sky's the limit. Probably not before 1880, but a lot of places are from like 1900 to 1960 that have been, well, some of them haven't had anything done to them, and those ones are going to be a little concerning. I think it's important when you're looking at buying older houses to be aware of like what kind of dates were they insulating houses with asbestos? What kind of dates were they using lead paint? Not that it's a complete deal breaker, because a lot of places have those things, but you need to know whether or not it's liable to have had them, because then you need to not disturb them or be careful when you are, if you end up doing anything. So there's like windows for things where you're like, you can go older than this or newer than this, but just be careful if you're within X window for some things. But there's places that have been basically taken down to the studs, new plumbing, new wiring, like new everything. And they basically just kept the, I don't know, studs. Common or wooden houses? I don't know, I thought they were all wood. Dogs are silly. Mine's doing okay. Spoil them even more now.
we're looking for a shredder.
A shredder?
Yeah.
Yeah, because we did one. We just need the other one, right?
Mhm.
Oh yeah, I see the patrol path. I don't mind farming these humanoids while we wait. I think this is good.
Yeah, I think it's good too.
Great afternoon. Doggo whining for a walk. Out we go. Have a wonderful walk. Yeah, Port Alberni is not a great place to move to, especially if you don't know anybody there. That's got one of the highest crime rates on the whole island. If there's anything that's really cheap, there's a reason. I'm sure there are people that live perfectly lovely lives there. It's like somebody like hearing on the news that like Detroit's scary, so they wouldn't ever go. I'm sure there's plenty of better parts of town, but anything in a place like that that is really cheap is possibly going to be a little spooky. Well, we'll see. I'll end up somewhere sooner or later. Or sooner, I don't know. You never know. Maybe I should just do it and then have done with it. And then, you know, I can spend the rest of my life coping. Then I'll just have a mortgage.
Roof starts creaking. Is this the year?
Yeah. Seems like a good idea. As long as I don't get myself in over my head, I think it's fine. I think as long as I get a conservative mortgage in terms of like borrowing versus what I could possibly pay for, I think I'll be in good shape. It's just that change is really scary. And I'm really sick of moving. I know I haven't moved for like 3 years, but I'm really sick of moving. I've moved, gosh, how many times have I moved in the last 10 years? How old was I 10 years ago? I was 22. So once, twice, 3 times. Actually, it's not that many. Okay, it's 3 times in the last 10 years. It's not that many. I lived in that one place in the States for like 7 or 8 years, so that took up most of it. But I feel like in the last 3 years, I've moved 3 times. Twice. Okay, I'm really making a bigger deal out of it than it is. I don't want to do it anymore. One more, and then I want to stay put. I want to put my feet down, I want to plant them in the dirt, and then I want to grow branches out of my head like a tree. Mm-hmm. Know how you feel. And it's just, I just finally made some acquaintances around town. I go for a walk and I like know half the dogs I see, and I get to say hi to them and give them pets and stuff, and also talk to the people that are walking the dogs. But most importantly, petting the dogs. And when I move, I'm gonna have to start over again. And I know I'm gonna have to do it at least one more time because I cannot afford anything here, and I will never afford anything here. I'm just never gonna have that kind of money. I'm not built for it. And that's fine. But I'm like, I guess I'm really afraid of moving somewhere and not knowing anybody. And even though I'm still gonna be like driving distance from my family, which I wasn't in the States, I've so many times in my life moved somewhere where I didn't know somebody, and people go, oh, you'll meet people, and I didn't, and I was just alone and very isolated for years, and just kind of walking along like a stranger in a town where you've lived for a long time, just never ever having connected with anybody. And I've done that so many times that I'm really scared of doing it again, especially when I finally met some people. But you know what helped me meet those people was my dog. So maybe he'll introduce me to people wherever I move to. And if he doesn't, then maybe I need another puppy.
Yeah, what if you just get another puppy?
That's the cheat code. You get a puppy and all of a sudden people want to say hi. I am playing hardcore. We're level 23. Why are you moving? I am about at the place in my life where I want to try to get into homeownership and out of renting. And I've saved up just about enough to do it as long as I'm, you know, chill about what kind of place I'm getting. Very chill. And there's kind of like They were talking about cutting interest rates. There's kind of a window, basically. It would be maybe make sense for me to do it sooner rather than later financially, especially because then you can stop paying rent and start building equity. But there's a couple different reasons that I should be looking into it. No, I don't own the current place. I've never owned anything. I've always rented.
Where's this shredder?
You have the... Oh yeah, we're walking the path. Might have a long respawn time. Maybe somebody else killed it. But I'm pretty happy to farm these mobs. It's given me a little bit of wool.
Ooh, do you want that? Or our staff's
No,
basically
our staffs are better. Yeah,
I'm reading that.
just greed.
You win everything.
Oh, well, you know, you should have less lucky friends. This is classic. We're playing hardcore classic, self-found. Bought an apartment for me and the GF for the first time. Scary. Can see you owning a small cabin in the forest. Listen, as long as I can get the internet out there so I can stream from my small cabin in the forest so I can pay my mortgage, we're having a good time. I don't know if the forest would be like Elwyn Forest. It might be a little bit more like... What's the densest forest in WoW? Is it Grizzly Hills? Grizzly Hills is still a lot more open than the forest around here.
You can, yeah.
Forest around here is so dense that, like, unless there's a trail, you're not hiking through it. That's the thing that people on Alone on Vancouver Island always comment on, is they're like, I've never seen brush this thick. I thought I was going to be, like, going places, and nope. Absolutely not. Darkshire, yeah, it's a little more like Darkshire. It's a little dark, but that's just because it's December and I'm mad about it right now. Grizzly Hills would be very nice.
I like doing the log ride.
Yeah, me too. Weird that they don't have a forest that you cannot walk through in a video game. I know, right? What are they doing? Oh, there it is. Storm Sunk Valley. Well, this year we had a lot of storms here, or at least quite a few back to back. Anyway, it felt like. I'm so excited for Christmas. I just want to give everybody their presents, and it's not Christmas yet. This is the problem with shopping too early.
So there's a level 27 quest we can do up on that big thing up there.
Let's like just look at it, okay? Let's just go
Alright,
like poke our
we'll look
noses
right
over
here.
there and have like a little look-see. We've got a fort buff. I've got a 26 stamp fort buff right now. So do you.
I think we would have to walk all the way around. You have to like go behind some hills and stuff, and then you pop out of there.
Oh, that's right. I remember this. Yeah, I don't like that then. If it was just one guy on an island we could have picked off, I think we could have done it, but I remember that. I don't think that's a good idea.
Okay.
Not for us just yet.
Oh man, we have to walk all the way back to turn this thing in.
Yeah, it'll be nice. I'll be right behind you. I just found a mob that I wanted to fight. Enjoy the time ahead of Christmas instead of racing around. This is the quest from that one clip of mine. And we're not doing it. You just live your home ownership dreams in retail. I really hope that I have my actual player housing before the in-game player housing comes out. That would be good. Why not? Are you scared? Yes. Ding, 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 ding. Good answer. Listen, there's no shame in fear. There's a video of me watching, or not watching, there's a video of me on my original hardcore classic warlock run in that cave doing that quest, and it was one of my nearest death experiences that I had.
It was scary. You basically were at the very end of your get out of jail free list.
Yeah, but like, I was fine.
I don't think so.
I didn't die, did I?
No.
Jeez, you guys are the
She's
worst. You guys are... You naysayers. No one believes in me. That's not true. You don't believe in me.
I believe in us because I'm here.
Uh-huh. The original my original hardcore character made it to level 40, where she lives to this day. I did not finish leveling it, and she also did not perish. Just hanging out at level 40. 400k channel points, believe in you. Well done. Yeah.
Well
Flabby
done.
made it to 60.
Mhm.
You have a greater tolerance for grinding than I do. I have a pretty high tolerance for grinding if I feel like it's going to be worth it. I just wasn't sold that the emotional payoff of getting to 60 was going to be worth the grind that it was going to take to get to 60.
Mhm.
I didn't think anyone was going to care enough to make it worth it. Because that's just a lot of time. And then
It
you're
is,
like,
it really is.
you know, the planet's turning. I'm getting older. I've got pets. I've got dinner to make. I've got, like, naps that I want to take. There's books I might want to read. There's so many other things that are competing with that task for my time and attention.
Mhm.
That's a hard sell. That's so many hours. It would have been different in my younger years when I would have just, like, put on, like, a 42-part YouTube playlist and then just been at it. I just killed time like it was nothing, but...
Nice podcast about plants and tea.
What did I watch? I don't even know if I want to know. Some podcast. Maybe not plants and tea. There must be a houseplant podcast, and I can't imagine what they talk about. I feel like at a certain point you've said everything. Where are we going? Oh, we're going all the way back there. Oh, that's what you mean.
Yeah, that's why we. Yeah.
That's what you mean. Okay. That one quest in Retailer, you pretend to be the quest giver. That one guy comes along and is the best. What is his name? He's an orc. Oh gosh, Kingslayer Orcus, I think is his name. I think his name is Kingslayer Orcus. He comes in on his, like, Wrath era skeletal dragon mount. That's Flabby. That guy was, like, the meme of, like, the high-level player that, like, lords it in the low-level zones and wants to be venerated by all of the lowly level 12s. I don't know if that's you. Maybe in Mythic Plus. Made it level 7 and a hardcore dwarf hunter. May or may not have let him perish. Couldn't take it anymore.
You just see it now, you know, like, peruses LFG, finds a +2, joins. Hey guys, I'm just here to try out my rotation. Hope you don't mind.
Imagine if they kicked you before you got started because they didn't want someone learning in their group. Oh. Have you ever been kicked from a Mythic Plus group?
Yeah, but they usually kick you without, like, out saying anything because they want, like, a better group comp or something like that. So it's like
Yeah.
before it starts, you know?
Before it starts when they're building the group. Yeah, I've had that happen
Mhm.
too. I think that happened once. We queued for a group together and we got in, and then we waited around for like 15, 20 minutes, and then they booted both of us and filled the group and started. Joke's on them. Actually, I don't know if it is. Maybe.
Man, this is a walk.
Hmm. You know, back in the day,
Hmm.
you put some kilometers on these toes. At least there's auto run. Imagine if they made you hold down the button. They have some other group queue if they want to grab them instead. Yeah. Or they just realize they want the raid buffs, but they'd rather take somebody else that provides the thing you also provide. Imagine doing this many steps IRL. It gets tiring after a while. You feel like you can walk forever, and then you walk for like 6 hours, and you're like, oh, I can't walk forever. That's
I
horrible.
think my favorite thing, actually, not my favorite thing, it's kind of petty of me, but you sign up for a group, right? You get declined,
Hmm.
and then you're still looking for groups. Like 10 minutes passes by, right? And then you see the other, like the same person, make another group, but it's for like a level less than they did before.
Yeah. Standards slowly come crashing down.
Well, no, just that they tried to do it and they like wiped immediately,
Oh,
and they
oh,
dropped
the
their gear
keystone
level.
dropped a level. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Yeah. I don't really like pucking keys. I don't know anybody that does.
It's just much better and easier with friends.
Yeah. Because there's no incentive for people to actually be friendly. So what you're going to get is you're going to get a vast majority of people that are silent and
Mhm.
saying the bare minimum to put it together, which is fine, but a little cold. But also, it's a little, when you get somebody who's like, hey guys, how's it going today? I went to the dentist. And it's all like, okay, calm down. We don't know you. Then it's just a little weird.
Mhm.
But then, and then on the other hand, you get like the ragers, or at least, so it's been told. I don't know. There's no incentive for it's just more fun to play with people that you know if you know people, and that's a kind of a big if.
Mhm.
But yeah, it doesn't really reward. I mean, I guess in certain key levels, if you think there's any chance that you might want to, once you get up to higher keys, I feel like people are a little bit friendlier because like it's a bit of a smaller world up at the top.
Farewell.
And people, if they find a good group, they kind of want to keep queuing with it, or like add people to queue with later. That's what I found in Shadowlands. Where to?
We can hearth back to Crossroads and then fly to the Stone Talon.
Oh, let's just come on, turn around. Let's go.
Oh,
Knees up.
They're up.
Because we're gonna go up past. Let's stop at Sunrock Retreat. Just to
What?
set our hearth there.
Mm.
You think punks don't want to hear about my day? They might.
Apparently, did you know that there's some? I mean, it makes sense. Uh, some people when they like make groups in LFG, if they say hello to someone and someone doesn't say like hello back or anything like that, they'll kick them.
Yeah. I mean, I get it. It's never. I always say hi, or
It's
at
not a
least a
problem
little
for
wavy
me.
mode. But yeah, no, I can get that because you want somebody that's paying attention,
Mhm.
or that you know is going to be able to communicate at least a little bit. But that does cause a problem for somebody who accepts the invite. It's like, okay, I just got to grab a drink real quick. If they don't say that they're going to grab a drink real quick and they're just AFK, then oops.
Yeah.
Because, like, I don't like telling people I'm going AFK unless I think it's going to actually come up. Like, I don't want to overshare, you know? Like, if I can
Mhm.
get away with just, like, running for, like, 45 seconds to, like, grab something, I'm not going to tell people. I'm just going to go do it and not take up that airspace. Because, like, no one needs me yet anyway, so no one cares kind of thing.
Yeah. I guess if people say hello, should we just like start linking like last dungeon's details to them in the party chat
Who
instead
are
of saying anything?
imaginary people that are talking to us? We only ever play with each other anyways. These are not real problems. We exclusively play with each other and then like 4 other people for keys. And that's only during key season. My friend is chat blind, just does stuff without warning. I'm pretty chat blind too. I almost never look. I will frequently miss things that are said to me in party chat or guild chat, so I can come off as quite rude because I just have no idea somebody was trying to talk to me. If I don't respond to someone as quick as they like IRL, I get passive-aggressive comments. Yeah, I wouldn't like that. However, I don't have that many people at IRL that would message me in the first place, so you gotta kind of pick your battles. Pick your poison a little bit. But I feel like at this point in my life, the only people left that I would message with my phone are people that know how bad I am about my phone because they've had to deal with me for years. So they know that if I'm not getting back to them, it's not personal. I just like lost my phone and forgot. People seem to be excluded from in-game chats. I mean, people will have their filters set up. Some people like me will filter chat more heavily, so like I won't necessarily see in Classic I think I get everything, but in retail I don't necessarily see like say chats or emote chats even sometimes, because I often will have those just filtered out of my main chat window. Or I'll put guild chat in a separate tab, but I don't always have the tab pulled up, or I almost never have the tab pulled up, kind of thing. Doing any dungeons? No. No. Questing caves are quite enough of a dungeon experience for me, I think. I like the snakes. I think those are cute.
Yeah, we have pets now.
Mm-hmm. Worth every silver. How much gold are you at?
3 something?
There may also be something in communications preference. You may have some chat filtered out. Failed attempt while picking herbs is so wild. You try and pick a flower and it's just like, well, looks like you flubbed that.
Hi, JG Brit.
Where's JG Brit? Oh, there's JG Brit. You were on my Twitch recap. You were in my top people. You were. It's true. We looked at it earlier on stream. They had a little grid of like my active users, and it was up there. I did look at the recap. You missed it? It was about halfway through the stream. Leave the language filter on because it's more funny seeing the cartoon swears. Just a bunch of symbols. You're my streamer. 919 hours watched. Whoa. That's got to be a lifetime, right? I don't even think I streamed that many hours this year. I think I think my number of hours streamed was like 700k. I remember I saw the number and I was like, I have nothing to compare this to. I don't know if that's true. What do you mean none of these boars have livers? Yeah, they're a little nicer about quest items most of the time. There's still some world quests that sort of suck for that, but... Alright, we're setting our hearth inns? Innstones?
Innkeeper.
Let's go set our innstones to stone rock sun retreat.
Talon sun.
Where do I apply for another cup of coffee? This is the stream that made me make a Twitch account. Hazel was my gateway drug. Oh, alright. In stone updated. Well done, everybody. Yeah, I've gotten quite lucky, I think, with the greens, because I have a lot more gold than you. Also, I'm, I think, more selective about what kind of spells and abilities I train. I feel like you've just been kind of going and spamming that train button.
See, that's what someone who doesn't really know Classic, and that's okay, would say.
Well, what would you say?
I would say I had to learn all the necessary stuff for AoE grinding and stuff like that.
Alright. Well, we're not dead, so I can't argue with you. This is the one game where it doesn't really matter to me if you have gold or not, because we're self-found, we can't even trade it. It's not like Stardew Valley where I was saving up for something and then all of a sudden you bought a bunch of fishing rods or something and then we didn't have any gold anymore.
I needed it.
What?
I needed it.
Oh, you needed it. You did do a lot of fishing. I think you made the money back. But that they have an option now where you can have individual gold and on a multiplayer file.
Oh, you know what we haven't done in forever? That would be fun if we just both went into it blind.
How can we go into it blind if it's something we've done before?
Because it's been that long.
Oh, what is it?
don't starve together.
Oh god, yeah. Well, we also never succeeded very much at that. Like, I don't feel like we ever
just
really
because you didn't make enough food.
You ate all my food! I stocked up the fridge carefully with honey and jerky, and then you raided it and went and died to some spiders!
Well, listen, it was for the good of the cause.
What's the cause?
Adventure.
Right, yes. Boogie up for errands? Happy erranding.
Boogie, boogie, boogie.
Yeah,
Like, what's up?
I love that game, but I'm really bad at it. I've never beaten it. I've never, like, actually done a thing where you go through the portal. I usually die to hounds at some point. Because the hound waves get really scary. And every update they add more ways to make the game harder. But unless I cheat and I go into the settings and I, like, turn off all the scary stuff, there's nothing that makes it easy enough for me to do. Oh, I remember this area. There was a patrolling, dangerous, higher level rare.
Yes. Also skins.
Yes, there's skins too. But I'm just telling you. Gotta watch your back.
Why? Who's back there?
That's the thing, we don't know. You've always starved. How do you
What
like
is a
these?
consort?
It's when you are in love and partnered with someone, but you're unable to marry them because you already have a wife or because you're an animal that doesn't do the whole wedding thing.
Oh. Makes sense. Also, what are we looking for on the ground? Seeds?
I'm kind of in a partnership and I'm married. Am I a consort? Or do I have a consort? I've never considered this
Oh my
before.
god!
What do I gotta do to be qualified as a concubine? Sounds good. Don't know if the details are any good, but the word's cool. Oh, there's seeds here. Priest in Hardcore. I haven't done it very far. My highest level one was, I think, only 10 or 12. My understanding is that fairly safe, very straightforward, very repetitive. So if you like that kind of data entry knitting style gameplay where you're basically just going to shield yourself and wand something to death, Priest will do you well. But for like a solo gameplay sort of thing, it's more fun to play a pet class for me.
I would agree with that.
Just downloaded Euro Truck Simulator 2 because it was on sale. Thank goodness I can drive a lorry IRL better than I can in game. Do you think there's people, actually there must be because this was me, who haven't learned to drive IRL yet, but they drive in games and they're afraid to learn to drive IRL because in games you're always like going off the road and crashing into ditches and having to get like Lakidu'd back up onto the Mario Kart platform and stuff. And they just assume that actual cars are going to be even slightly similar to that. It's gotta be. Pet parents who would make animals do the wedding thing. Oh, I'm sure. 100% scared to learn. I have learned now and I still have nightmares where like my brakes don't work or like I'm going too fast or I can't control the car. It's got like Mario Kart controls. But like in real life on like an on-ramp or an off-ramp or something. And I'm glad that actually driving is not like that. No one's trying to make it actively difficult, you know, as long as you're paying attention. They try to design roads in a way that people can do them and not die. And, you know, the one thing that you can be guaranteed of is you're probably not the stupidest person driving around the city on a given day. Especially if you're like paying attention and doing your best, you know? Also, having learned is important. Christy B, thank you for the 14-month resub. How many blue shells have you eaten since you started driving? The blue shell is just the giant cardboard take-it container drifting down the highway.
Have you seen any more seeds?
I haven't really been looking. They kind of blend in.
Yeah.
I got one, I think. Yeah,
Same.
one.
My eyes aren't as good as they used to be.
Mm. Attention getting scared, wanting to stop where it's not feasible too. Yeah. Yeah, there's definitely people that have anxieties specifically about that, like people that are worried about bridges in particular, bridges and tunnels, because it's not a good place to stop your car.
Ooh.
And just like not that they need to stop, but just that they're afraid because they don't have the option, which I totally get. For me, the thing that freaks me out is when I'm driving next to a cliff, and it's not like I'm going off the road anyway, and the cliff isn't like right next to the road, although sometimes it's close enough to make me worried about it. And it's like, if I went off the road, it would be bad at high speeds, no matter where you're driving, cliff or not. But the visual of having like the ground fall out and the sky go on forever at that spot freaks me out a little bit. I get a little vertigo. I'm gonna. Oh, there's a seat over here.
Oh, yeah, I thought you were gonna loot that one back there.
Oh, well, that's sounds like a you problem.
Should I just loot the ones that I see?
Yes, you should.
Okay.
A lot of single lane curvy cliff highways. Hate driving those, can't see cars coming towards you. Yeah, I don't love that either. I know a few places like that around here. And even though no one's going very fast on them, I still don't like doing it because I just don't like it. What's up?
59 died.
Last words, GG. But I have enough time in my life that I can structure my routes places so that I can avoid stuff that I don't want to drive through. So if I go through a place and I'm like, I didn't really care for that section for whatever reason, like you can't see that well, you have to make kind of a blind turn, or like it's one of those things, it's like I'll just find a different way to get there. Or I just won't go. But usually I can find a different way to get there. There's lots of different ways to get to any given place in this city. So I just try different things until I find one that I like, and then stick with that. I feel like everybody does that. They must. Everybody favorite routes for getting to XYZ place, depending on what kind of things you like to or don't like to do. Any sign of the rares? I know
Yeah, I
the one
marked
spawns
one.
up on the hill.
I marked one earlier, but you were talking and I didn't want to interrupt you. But someone killed it.
Oh, okay. Did you happen to catch what level it was?
It was 25.
Oh.
So it was definitely doable. And the guy that killed it was a 24 rogue.
Hmm.
He just soloed it.
Oh. Somebody hit level 60.
Ooh. Could have been that 59 rogue.
Could have been. I could function without a car in this city, but in the places that I want to buy a place to live, it would be not the case. I can't afford to buy a place in places that have good enough transit, basically. Well, I mean, I could if I wanted, if I didn't mind living in a condo. Like, if I didn't have a big dog, basically, it would be maybe a bit different. But I do have a big dog, and I'm keeping him. And I don't really want to do the condo thing with the big dog if I can at all avoid it. I would rather live much farther out of town and figure something else out. I used to get those dreams too, Haley, but being forced to drive without a license. Like, there's an emergency and someone needs to go to, like, the hospital or something, and they're like, you have to take them. And I'm like, but wait! And then you do it anyway, and then you're, like, losing control of the car the whole way there. I used to get those, like, weekly. That exact dream.
Whoa, respawns. Surrounded.
I don't know if I've vendored leather in a while. I must have done. It's been nice to not need a car. There's times I wish I could just hop in and get somewhere on my own time and not transit time. Yeah, it is a lot faster to drive yourself. And there's plenty of places that transit just won't go. That's the thing for, like, fishing or hiking, is that a lot of these places that I want to go, I'd have to drive there. And then for me, it's worth it just to be able to take, like, at least my pets to the vet if they need to in a hurry, in an emergency. That wouldn't be a fun thing to face without a car. So I like having it for that reason. That's come in handy a few times. Miss K with you? Where is she? She was in here. I saw her just like moseying around. I think she's trying to figure out where she wants to be. She was on my lap for a while. So the thing that you got to consider when you're looking at like a condo and you're looking at the HOA and the HOA fees is that those fees, yes, they might cover some bureaucracy, but they also theoretically should cover maintenance of common areas and things like the roof and like cleanings and like window cleanings and possibly like snow clearing or like landscape maintenance or whatever it is. That is stuff that, depending on the place that you end up in, has to be done anyways. So if you're buying a house and it's freehold and it doesn't have any like homeowner association fees, you need to be making sure that you're budgeting for things like your roof repairs or like, you know, like all kinds of things that your HOA fees would be going towards. You need to figure out what you're going to do about your snow removal or your lawn mowing or whatever, because if like, yeah, you have the option of doing it yourself, and a lot of people prefer the freedom to do that, and that is good. I'm kind of leaning that way myself if I can afford it. But it's not like your money's disappearing into the void. Some of it is going towards maintaining the property value in ways that have to be done, because you can't just leave a roof alone forever. But obviously every Strata and HOA handles their money in their own way, and some of them do a great job, and some of them probably don't. It's worth looking into it. No, $1,000 a month is bananas. That's stupid. Sometimes they're going towards maintaining common areas like a gym and a pool and a sauna and like all of these things. And if you're not using those things, it's just a total waste of money to you. And then if you're paying $1,000 a month in condo fees and there isn't a gym and a pool and a sauna, then I would have some questions. Someone's embezzling money somewhere. That's nuts. Yeah, roof is a once in a blue moon thing, but it costs enough money that you want to spread that cost out. You don't want to be paying that $20,000, $30,000, $50,000 or even more. If it's like a big building, you might be looking at a lot more than that. You don't want to be paying that all at once in a bulk fee. That's when they have to do, oh gosh, I forget what they're called, but there's like a thing where the stratas run out of money, but they have to do a repair like that, and they levy a fee against everybody to pay for it. And sometimes that can be in like the tens of, 20s of, 30s of thousands of dollars, more even, for each person living there. And that's not what you want. You want to spread that cost out over a larger period of time. Like a lot larger of a period of time. Oh, you got 10 seeds? Good job.
Yeah, thanks.
Don't worry about how many I have. Not that you were worried, but if you were thinking about ring, then just don't worry about it, and we'll just do a bunch more laps and have a nice time, because it's a lovely day to be by the pond.
I didn't worry because you told me not to worry.
Good. Save more for a standalone house. Yeah, I feel that. It's an interesting thing between judging how valuable privacy is versus there is some amount of security that comes from having other people nearby, whether actual or perceived security. There is sometimes, like obviously it's annoying to have noisy neighbors, but sometimes there's something kind of comforting about having other human sounds that you kind of miss if you've gotten used to it. It can be a bit spooky if you've been living for like your whole life with people on the other side of the wall to have like just creaking and howling wind. I think a reasonable condo fee for maintenance, etc. So it depends on the age of the building. It depends on where you are. It depends on... I can basically talk about the ones that I've been looking at. So I've been looking at Canadian units in Victoria and like surrounding communities. And I would say that the older buildings, you know, kind of like from the 70s and older, they're going to have higher fees because they have higher amounts of maintenance that's needed to keep them in shape. They often will have things like elevators and stuff needs doing. You need something, Fluffy? You want me to loot this thing? So those ones I would expect to see condo fees in the 500 to 700 a month. If you've got newer construction, and it's done maybe in a more efficient way, hopefully it doesn't need as much stuff, you might expect to see kind of 400 to 500 for a condo building. If you can get into a townhouse, those ones are often more in like the $300 or $400 a month range. If it gets much below $300 a month, I start getting suspicious that they're not setting aside enough money to actually maintain anything. These are Canadian dollars, by the way, which are increasingly turning into monopoly money.
Oh my gosh.
It's a little spicy, but what are you gonna do? Canadian unit sounds like a bodybuilder magazine exclusive to Canada. This works for me. But yeah, it may vary depending on your city. Something that you can do when you are looking is make sure that you get access to details about the strata and how they handle things. You can see things like meeting minutes. You can see things like their finances and their history and like what are they paying for, how much are they paying for it, how often are they paying for it, so you can kind of have a look-see. Or hire somebody who's good at numbers to have a look-see at it to see if it looks like it's well managed and above board and like, you know, not heading for disaster in the next 10 years. But yeah, I tend to err on the side of preferring units that don't have a ton of common property. So like preferably no elevator, no pool, no sauna. Because I don't really want to be paying for those things because I don't really want to be using those things. And they're expensive.
Do we head back or do you want to go up north? Where we really kind of ran out of like yellow quests.
Yeah, there's like yellow/orange quests, which is a bit spooky. Although the orange one is honestly just like these deer that we've been killing, but I don't know if we want to be doing laps for ever on those.
You want to go up north?
Yeah, let's poke around a little bit. Carefully.
Carefully.
Carefully. Oh, we only have 15 minutes left, actually. But we saved our Hearthstone cooldown, so we can get back to Sunrock at the end of stream. Oh, you know what we could do? Goggerok.
That's going to take... Okay.
No, you're right. Say what you mean. We can go... Here, we'll poke around at some deer on the road. It'll be fun. I'm running north.
That I'm going south. I just think that Goggerok's going to take forever.
Well, that's why we've changed our minds. You brought up a good point. I agreed. And now I'm heading north.
No. No. I don't think so.
Oh, man.
I don't want to go up north. I want to go to Goggerok.
No. Do you guys believe in haunted houses?
Do they?
Anybody? Do you think a house can be haunted? JG Brits in with absolutely. I feel like I've asked Flabby about this before. I feel like you don't believe in ghosts at all. Is that true?
Yeah, I would say so.
By what ghosts? Well, what else could a house be haunted by?
Cats.
Ghost cats or just actual cats? Because that's not a haunting.
Cats.
That's just a that's just a situation. Lived in a house that was 10,000% haunted as a teenager. That's what I want to know from you. You brought it up. I was assuming like ghosts or general paranormal activity, whatever that would be quantified as by the viewer. If ghosts, no. Paranormal movies scare me. I don't like them. It's fun to imagine that they're real. Live in a house 300 years old, never noticed anything. Yeah. I feel like I'm fairly open-minded about the concept of spirits and ghosts and the paranormal, but I don't really believe that they have the power or the energy to do anything malevolent. You know? And I feel like it would be the kind of thing where it's just kind of interesting. It's not really like an impactful thing. I feel like I guess I don't believe in something being haunted in like a... Okay. She's found a rubber band and she's having fun.
Aw.
Aw.
Do you have it on camera?
No, I have my phone actually. Here, you protect me.
Yeah.
I don't always like letting her play with them because I don't want her to get stuck on her paws, but she does fine and she really likes them. Are you done? Also, it's very dark in here. It doesn't look that dark in the camera, but it's really dark. Oh, I think now that I mean to record it, she's done. I'm gonna play with one hand and see if she starts it again.
That's how it always happens.
I have a very dark video of Miss Kira playing with a rubber band from above. Enjoyed hopping into these hardcore classic streams? It'd be a real shame if Flabby just let you die.
When is the Power World patch coming out?
Sounds like something you would know. Or maybe the Palworld devs. My dad was a kid that would wake up to find cabinet doors open and stuff randomly. Every time someone's convinced something's haunted, it seems to me like the human imagination manifested. The things that kind of like make me side-eye it or like make me closer to believing is when you hear about a property that, like, there was a story in a comedy special that I was watching about a house that was supposedly haunted and whatnot. And when stories about like different people who did not tell each other anything about the supposed hauntedness of the place, individually finding it to be so haunted that they left. That's the thing that makes me like almost believe. Now, have I fact checked and do I know that those people didn't conference with each other? Of course not. Maybe it's just an area of the world where people are more likely to believe in that kind of thing. And it's like an old house that makes like a lot of noises or has like faulty wiring or something, possibly. But those kind of stories tend to get me a little bit. Listen,
It's
Jeff,
just
you're
good.
watching a Twitch stream. You can't talk. You can't talk smack about that. Maybe they did it just to mess with people or a marketing thing? Maybe. Yeah, maybe people just want to tell a good story. Right up there with Twitch chat. Oh, you look like you've just hatched.
This is my nest.
Or like you're trying to hatch something. Is something gonna spawn in here? That's actually the funniest screenshot. Hang on, I need to keep that one. The cross-leggedness is really good. That is a profile picture. Flappy Bird. Oh my gosh. How have I not made a Flappy Bird joke? I guess it's because Flappy Bird was very 2010. Thanks for the YouTube guides. Thanks, Raxagor. What you like and don't like? Classic SOD retail? I like hardcore because of the emphasis it puts on the moment to moment. I think it draws you out of the long-term grind and more into like the thing that you're doing at the time. And I like retail because that's where I mainly live, and I don't have enough bandwidth to really do too much. And I don't have any interest in playing like endgame in any other version than retail. And I like hardcore because it's not really about the endgame. It feels like leveling is the endgame. And I've always liked leveling. What do I like about retail? I must like stuff about it. Either that or I've just been playing it for so long I've been Stockholm Syndromed into it. How tempted are you 2 by PoE 2? Flabby, what about you? How tempted are you by PoE 2?
Not at all.
Yeah.
0.
I think mine might be a negative quantity. That's okay. That's alright.
Bay Dragon.
Where? Huh?
we get this as a pet?
Like in real life?
Oh, right now.
Oh. You can't.
Oh, hey, we got the scale.
I don't think they added Fey Dragon pets until later.
Mm.
But I could be wrong. I'm, you know, heaven forbid you say anything definitive about WoW. You'll find some example in which it's not the case. Because I know there is a Fey Dragon pet that comes from Classic Zones, but I don't think it was ran in Classic. I could be wrong.
Wasn't it in like Feralus or something?
Yeah. Sprite Darter Hatchling. Thought you played D4. I never even bought D4. I've never touched it. Did you play D4, Flubby?
No, haven't bought it actually.
There you go.
Those types of games just get me tired. I like fall asleep playing them, which honestly is weird because I bet like they're interesting and stuff, and it's not like I'm bored. I literally just get like tired.
Yeah. That's how I feel when I try and play games in the evenings now, actually. Unless
yeah.
it's something really high octane, like a Mythic Plus key with a timer and like people counting on me in real time. You know, like we log on to do like Valheim or something. Even if I really want to play, if I get on at like 7:30, 8 o'clock at night, it's not even late. I'm just like, I'll make it like 35 minutes and then I'm yawning.
Yeah. That's why you need to do something like intense, like Muck, you know? Because you know the game's only gonna last like an hour.
Yeah. I feel like we've had some like 90-minute to 2-hour muck runs.
That's very true.
When we're doing well, anyway. Muck Guron. That's what I should call the stream when we do it one day. Hazley should try Supermarket Simulator. Is it first-person view? Or can I play in third person? Because I love simulator games in concept, but in practice, most of them make me a bit queasy because of the first-person view. That was a big problem with me in House Flipper. Didn't work out.
The Fey Dragon.
Oh, you're level 60.
Linked that.
Yeah, House Flipper was very fun until it made me sick. That's true.
Oh man, remember when you played Stray? Because you love cats?
Uh-huh. Gosh. That was a little depressing because it was like finding out what people really think of me.
Yeah, I know you. You're gonna love this game.
You have a cat. You must love this game.
Yeah.
I did. I hated it so much. I don't know. You just it's not a real problem. It's fine. I refunded it. I'm not out any money on it. It's all right.
When do we get an Overcooked stream?
Overcooked?
Mm-hmm.
Is that the one where you and I try and make burgers and then we scream at each other?
Yeah.
Is it that
one.
one? I love that game. We have fought so aggressively over Overcooked. I don't think we've ever actually like stopped talking over it though.
No.
I feel like we're past that. Just in years of life, but like, oh my god, you and I trying to play Overcooked is so funny because it's so hard. Because neither one of us are particularly good at using our words.
Yeah. And honestly, you just want to do stuff all the wrong way. I'm just trying to do the fastest way possible.
Yeah. That's great.
That's nice.
The thing that I liked about you and I playing Overcooked though is when we would actually like get stuck on a level and then we would be like, well, we have to do this. And we would run it back like 3 to 5 times until we learned it. And then that was really fun. I liked progressing in Overcooked.
Yeah.
That could be the game for bringing back Hazel After Dark. Played it with 3 of my friends, and it was really fun to optimize processes. We did best when we designated the zones. Like, you stay on that side of the kitchen, and I stay on this side of the kitchen, because otherwise you would just knock me over. Just poof. And I probably knocked you over, too.
Elbows.
God, I forgot about that. Oh, that was the dog that the game that had the dog with the Kevin and the. Oh, you're quite right, Kevin. Spaghetti demon zombie something. I don't know. The storyline was cute. You can tell I paid a lot of attention. And then we watched like some videos from like professional Overcooked players after we'd like been struggling with it for a while, and that was really funny. Yeah. That was crazy.
By the way, I don't know if there's guards here or not.
Okay.
Because over here, this is Alliance, I'm pretty sure.
Alright, well, keep an eye out. I still have a speed pot. I don't know why I only have one. Thought there was
you used it?
I must have done. I don't remember.
Here, I'm getting away from these guys.
You don't have the cooks.
They can have their moon well.
We're actually kind of getting through these deer.
Yeah.
Didn't realize there's professional. I guess I don't know if they make a full-time living off of it, but there's certainly people that are really good. I do win.
You always win. You always win.
I just rolled an 84.
Oh, I crit. Yeah, we got like dead set on Overcooked on like, what was it, 4-starring everything or something like that?
We wanted to maximize our rating. Like just get the top star rating for each level and then all the secret levels, but the secret levels got kind of hard. There must be something really hard they want us to do for the forest magic. It's not the Fey Dragon Skull or the Corsair Eyes.
Forest magic? What do you mean?
The quest that we're getting these eyes for.
Forest magic. Oh.
Jinzil's forest magic.
It's the whiskers. We've only seen 2 of those cats ever. Maybe we're on the wrong side.
I don't have any Stone Talon sap, but you seem to.
It was from the slimes that were like around, what's it called?
There were cats?
Yeah. You killed them.
I killed a cat?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even like saying that. Sorry, Kitty. Don't listen. Cover your ears.
Oh my.
You know how I said like Moose watches TV? It's really cute. Sometimes he'll just be snuggled up on the couch with me and I'll be like, hey, do you wanna, and I'll like pick out a dog video and it'll just be like some puppies meeting each other or something, and then he'll just kind of like put his chin on my knee and just like watch the puppies. He loves puppies. Which is fair because I love puppies.
Does he want a puppy?
Oh, probably, but that would be chaos to end all chaos. That would be the last shred of order gone from my life.
Dang, I'm just low rolling all over the place today.
He is neutered, yes. Moose will never sire any puppies. He will not be a father. I don't feel like there's enough dogs without me letting any more of them happen under my watch. Shelters always seem to have some. Have not tried Plate Up. I've tried Cooks Are Delicious. Maybe. I haven't really
My brothers played Plate Up and they liked it. But I've never played it.
I can't even like bring myself to cook IRL. Maybe I should worry about that. Maybe I should do some gosh darn meal prep before I start playing Overcooked. Plate Up is really good. Think it's better. Is it a team game like Overcooked? You can make machines do stuff? Well, in IRL you can make machines do stuff too. That's half the fun of cooking, is using appliances that are wildly specific and not actually necessary. You know, people have been making food on like fires for a billion years, but don't fact check my numbers. 2024, and you needed to have your pressure convection panini steamer.
Speaking of fires,
Yes. Wait, what?
you're camping. You know, it's overnight.
All right.
You have to make a meal.
Yes.
What meal are you making? Over a fire, that is.
I probably
like
brought a
a-
pack of veggie dogs and some buns, and I'm probably roasting veggie wieners. And then I'd have to see if that's a mistake or not, like how well that sits with me as to whether or not I need to make other plans.
Mm-hmm.
Because the perfect dream is that I like brought some potatoes and I like roasted those and then had like, you know, like some fixings on hand to like mix in that. Because you just wrap them in foil and stick them on the coals. And then like, of course, I caught like a beautiful fish and then butterflied it and then cooked that over the fire with like a little bit of lemon and my chili powder mix that I've like brought and made special.
Indeed.
Maybe some like asparagus in a little pot. You know, like in my dreams it's like a chef meal, but like in reality it's probably just veggie dogs and some Walmart buns. You know what I got? Speaking of, a rice cooker. Ooh. Do you like it? I love my rice cooker. I love
it.
I love my rice cooker. It sings at me when my rice is done. It goes do 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 do, which is way too long of a song, both to recreate for your stream and also to tell you that the rice is done. Like, you know that it was done by the first do do do, but like, by golly, if that thing does not do the whole thing anyway. One pot rice cooker recipes. I use it for rice, and then I use it to schedule rice, and then I use it to schedule oats with frozen fruit in them. So that's kind of like a one pot recipe. But I haven't done anything else. See, if I have an instant pot that I like as well a lot, so that's where all my one pot meals happen, is I'll just chuck them into the instant pot for like soups and curries and stews and stuff. But yeah, for the oatmeal, I just do oats, water, tiny dash of salt, scoop of frozen fruit. Blueberries are really good. In the rice cooker, overnight, just cold. And then I schedule it so it cooks them in the morning so they're ready right when I get up. And that's like the biggest life hack I've ever had in my life, because I know people love their overnight oats, but I need them to be hot. And people are like, well, you make overnight oats and heat them up. And I'm like, at that point, you may as well cook oats. But it does take a while to cook oats if you're doing like actual oats properly. But you don't need to worry about it if your rice cooker was doing it while you were still asleep or at yoga. Have to try that. Big fan.
Isn't that kind of like the bread machine hack?
Yes, scheduling bread is magic. I should do it again. Greyhawk 4x4, thank you for the brand new sub. Appreciate it. Rice cooker plus a million other features. You made bao buns in your rice cooker? Good grief, I'm coming over. Tell your fiance you're hosting Hazel, she's hungry. Make her oatmeal with oat milk. Tastes much better with milk instead of water. I have done that too. Don't feel bad. It's not just... Oh, I'm scared. Is that a real elf? Wait, what do I mean?
It's a real elf. Are you okay?
No! Oh. I don't know what I meant. I think what I was concerned about was whether or not it was like a PvP guard versus a quest mob. But that's not what I said. And then when I thought about what I'd said, I got more confused because elves aren't actually real. Much to my disappointment. Everyone invited for Bao Bun Night. Make 1,000 of them. Yeah, I'm sure you can make them in the Instant Pot. Well, I have like a bamboo steamer. I've been wanting to make them for a million years. I just never do it because I suck. Alliance Flight Master in that area. Yeah. Have you ever seen an elf? I've seen a picture in my book. Discworld has these Knack McFeagle, which are funny because they're like pixies, but they're like really vulgar, violent pixies. I enjoy them a lot. No day like today to make bao buns. That's true, but it's a big day, you know. You gotta make sure you fit all the important stuff in, and if you get too caught up in making bao buns and you get off your good track of good behavior that you've been building.
Oh. That centaur purged me.
Dude, it's 12:08.
Yeah.
This is just really fun.
Mm-hmm.
But it's 12:08. I actually do need to think about we can finish this some other time. I can't stay late.
I'm gonna pull like 2 other things then, okay?
No, because that's your joking voice. So let's Hearth, okay?
Our thing?
Hearth. I love like looking at our character's hearth for some reason. I don't know what that's all about. Just kind of fun.
Mhm.
All right, I need to wrap this up. I didn't realize it had gotten so late. I don't know how that happened. Gochujang tofu filling. Sounds pretty yummy. The only one I ever did I made dumplings from scratch once, and I did like mushrooms and cabbage and vermicelli, like rice noodles kind of, with like a rice vinegar soy kind of sauce like soaked into the noodles and the mushrooms, and that was pretty good. That's the only one I ever did though. It was also years ago because I've lost a lot of my mojo, and that's way too much work for me nowadays. I would like to thank you guys for coming to this stream. I'll be back tomorrow, hopefully. You know, planet keeps turning, no meteors, etc. Back tomorrow. Thank you so much for joining me. Appreciate you guys. I will resolve the prediction. Congrats to the believers. And I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye.